Hey, 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 hi, 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 ho, di, ho, di, ho, ho, di, ho, di, ho, hey, di, hey.
Yippee-yay, there'll be no wedding bells for today. Today, 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 today.
I go riding merrily along.
Jingle jangle,
And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single?
jingle jangle,
And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
jingle jangle.
And that song ain't so that song ain't so very far from wrong.
Jingle jangle.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. And welcome to game night on Thursday the 16th of January. Hope everyone is doing well. Hello, Stream Doggo. Yeah, so this one is being a right pickle tonight. He kept scratching at the door when I tried to put him to bed. And then he kept going under the desk because he wanted to be under the desk. And then he was all like, okay, fine, I'm sad now because you're not talking to me, so I'm going to go lie down. And here's a message from our sponsor, G. Isons.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Not quite as catchy.
Not quite as catchy, but thank you for the 49 month subscription there, G. Isons. Yeah, I tried good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon when I used to do the afternoon stream, and it didn't work. Good morning works, but good afternoon, yeah, it just doesn't have the same sort of ring to it. Anyway, yeah, so this guy's being all like needy and shit. When I put him out, he scratches at the door, and I'm hoping that he's just gonna go back to sleep in a minute. Do you want to see him on large cam a minute? There he is. Oh, goodness me, who's needy? Oh, don't turn around and look at all your friends. Turn around and look at all your friends. They want to see your beautiful face. There they are. You're gonna give us a song? You're gonna sing us a song? No? Oh. Yeah, who's the neediest dog in the world? You know I have a dog topper. Right. Would you kindly piss off now? So I can get on with the stream. Right, you go to your bed. Oh, you'll spill me. Don't spill me. What about if I throw you out? Go to your bed. Go on. Go to your bed. Go to big bed. Come on. Yes. He's being a nuisance tonight. I'll see if I can tolerate him scratching the door for a bit. Anyway, let's put the room code back up. That'll probably help. Would you go with a hashtag Bioshock? Anyway, how you all doing, everyone? Great to see you all this Thursday evening. Hope you've had a good week thus far. It is nearly the weekend. Right. So a couple of days to rest and relaxation to look forward to. Certainly from my point of view, that's the plan. Good evening to you all. Good evening to JR. Good evening to Nando and AB Me, Stilgar, SJ, Lewis, Fetz, Lupine, Riesu, Arun, Fluffy Bunny. Good evening, Jogging and Jerry, Shapes and Samster, Toot and Puzzle Dan. Good evening, Proogs and Conradlac, Topper and G-Izers, Mark and Portister, Simpsons Angle, Matt the Sprat, CJ, BC, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering, and lingering in the chat. You are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining for this Thursday night episode of Game Night, where we have got a triple threat of trivia action for you, starting with this risky business as written by Ape Minky. Delayed from last week. We had JR's Escape Artist last week, so they've sort of switched positions. So we've got risky business tonight, and it was worth the wait, I have to say, because we've got a really great pack here from Ape Minky. Proof myself, and a lot of good fun questions that I think you're going to really enjoy getting your teeth stuck into. During the intermission, we will be playing Hacker, as written by Samster. Very grateful both to him and to Lewis for proofing that. That'll be our mid-time game, and then wrapping up the stream a bit later on, we have got Spotlight by various people. Hacker, yeah, it's more of a word game than a trivia game, I suppose, Mark. Yeah, all of that still to look forward to. Spotlight, 23 questions left in the database, so any writers out there who maybe had an idea for writing 4 questions on a particular topic, let me know. Send them in, because we've only got enough for 2 more games of Spotlight as it currently stands. So do send some more trivia in that way. Or this way, rather than that way. Anyway, Nico dances quite nicely to the theme. He does, actually. The rhythm, he's in time. Excellent dancing from Nico. Anyway, yeah, hope you've all had a great week. Yeah, this pack from 8-Min-Key to start off this evening's stream should be a lot of fun. I'm going to give it another minute or so before we get the game underway. I'm continuing my damp January with a glass of white wine tonight. That will probably turn into a glass of Prosecco when that is depleted. Because I haven't got any more white wine until probably tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you've all been having a good week, a good and wholesome week. What I've been up to, more work stuff really. It's sort of been a little bit more burning the candle at both ends. Conducted Evensong in Chichester Cathedral yesterday, which was name dropping of the worst possible kind, but that was good fun, and yeah, we sang well. What else has happened this week? I made a pasta bake last night with an entire ham hock in it, and I've got I had a portion for lunch today, and I've still got half of it left. So yeah, really nice carbonara pasta bake with ham fresh off the bone. It was great, really good. And yeah, that's about it. Just busy, another busy week. And anyway, I hope that you have equally had a fun week. Well, that's finally, you're going to put the whole ham hock in it. I'll cut it up first. Good evening, Colin. Welcome to the stream. To be honest, I thought the butcher was going to cut it up for me, and then they presented it with me, took it off the spit and said, "There you go." I'd say, "You're not going to shred it for me." They're like, "No, you can do that." And it was harder work than I thought it was going to be. But no, I did shred it first. So I've still got half of the hock left over as well, so I didn't put an entire hock in there. But yeah, half of the hock and half of the pasta bake left over. There's a lot of food in my fridge at the moment. Anyway, I was going to start at the end of the sting there, but come join the Discord if you're not there already. If you're lurking in the wings and you're thinking, how do I play this game? You can go and get the Universal Controller right there and talk to it, and then you can come join the game, and it will be great fun. Get your hands off my pasta. Hock. No, hock, Mark. H-O-C-K. Ham hock. I know you Americans, you say hawk. Like hawk. It was a great hawk. But no, it's hawk is how you're supposed to pronounce it. Hawk and hock. Different things. Ham hock. No, not as in ham hock tour. That warrants a shame. What are those? Hock tour. Anyway, as opposed to a pig on a spit. I mean, I do like a hog roast. I haven't had a hog roast for ages. Normally get hog roast at weddings. You get invited to work, so I play at probably about a dozen weddings a year, and occasionally I get invited to a reception afterwards. Go full hock, but not at Hockenheim, or quite. Yeah, occasionally you get invited to a wedding reception, and it's like, oh yeah, we're just having a hog roast. So it's like, oh, jackpot. Hock, honk. Ha. Going full hock, but not at Hockenheim. Hock tour. Anyway. That's enough of all those shenanigans. I think as to whether or not Ben does not listen to talk to. Good evening, everyone. But no, I don't. That's enough of all this gastronomic metaphor. Let's get on with the game. It's Risky Business has been written by Ape. Let's go to the game. He's done tour in 2 syllables, suggesting. Oh, is it not tour? Is it hot tour? I suppose is how it's supposed to be. This was not the direction I was expecting the stream to go in tonight. Risque Bisqueness. Funnily enough, when Ape submitted the pack, that was the title that he gave his submission. Risque Bisqueness. Ah, it's Sotley. Welcome to the team, my dude. Hope you're keeping well. Just in the nick of time. So yeah, it's Risky Business, and here's round 1. It's favourable odds. You need to select one of the answers. There'll be 5 of them up there. And you've got 15 seconds to do it. Just tap the button that you think is the right answer on your device. With each question, there's more risk available for getting the right answer, but there are fewer correct answers to choose from. So bear that in mind. The earlier in the phase we are, the more points it's worth, and it will say at the top of the device and at the top of the broadcast as well. Give me a wrong answer at any time, you reduce your risk points all the way back down to 0, which is a tremendous shame. But if you abstain, it will preserve any risk that you've built up so far, so abstention is completely fine. This is another game I need to... good evening, it's Otley. Welcome. I was going to write it down. Fix the overflowing straps in risky business, as well as distinction. So, 2 games in which I need to fix overflowing straps. So yeah, if you don't know and you don't want to guess because you've got risk there, you can abstain, no penalty for abstention. And remember, to play question number 4, you've got to press the big risk button that will appear, but you've got to base that entirely on the answers without seeing the question. There'll only be 1 correct answer, but it's worth double points if you can find it, or a wipeout if you're wrong. So of course you've also got to have points in the risk pile before we get there. You've all played this game before, I'm pretty sure you know how it works. So 3 sets of 4 questions, and we're going to start with this one. There are 4 correct answers. It's worth 2 points if you can find one. Let's take a look. Options are: Nobel Prize winner, South African president, English speaker, ordained minister, published author. Name a fact about Nelson Mandela. Silver Electron, any answer from you? Nicely done, everyone but Silver Electron getting some points there. Yeah, he was all of those things other than an ordained minister. He practiced law and was a boxer and long-distance runner, but did not become an ordained minister within all that within the span of a year. Welcome on in, Polska, Marcini, welcome to the game. Within the span of a year, Mandela won a Peace Prize, December 1993, was elected as the first president of South Africa in May 94, and had his best-selling autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom, published in November 1994, following his 27-year stay in prison. Remarkable individual, Nelson Mandela. Very well done if you got some points there, which is most all of us who attempted it. Let's move on to the next one. 3 correct answers up here. 3 points if you can find one. You don't have to play if you don't want to. Let's take a look at the options. Here they are. Galena, cinnabar, bauxite, paraffin, crudite. Name a metallic ore. Houston is getting some points there. A couple of wipeouts happening and a couple of abstentions there. And Silent Marie, welcome to the stream. Yeah, galena, cinnabar, and bauxite are the correct answers there. Bauxite is an ore of aluminium, or aluminum if you're American and wrong. Galena is of lead, and cinnabar is a source of mercury. Crudites, as the plural noun, is a French hors d'oeuvre of cut raw vegetables and dips, and paraffin is a waxy substance often used in candle burning and so forth. 3 points if you found one of those right answers, but a wipeout if you got a wrong one. Remember, a reminder at this point, you do not have to play the questions if you've got some risk and you don't want to risk it, then you can leave the question out. And here's a message from our sponsor, JR.
TTS says crudity.
Really? Well, I did not know that. And Mark confirm it, Mark, our regular pronunciation guide. Crudity? Well, cover me in eggs and flour and bake me for 40 minutes and call me a banana bread. That is not what I expected that to be. But yeah, crudity is apparently how you say it. Yeah, the acute accent may have helped there. E-acute. Oh, there we go. Well done if you got some points. And remember, you don't have to play if you don't want to. If you've got some risk and you don't want to risk it, you can leave it blank to preserve those points. Mr. Vertigo, welcome to the stream. Great to have you with us. Baby for 40. You have to cover me in eggs and flour as well, Dando. Yeah, I quite like that. Bake me for 40 minutes and call me a banana bread. Let's go on to the next one. 2 correct answers up here. 5 points if you can find one. Take a look. Sandra, Pamela, Monica, Angela, Jessica. Name a main or starring character in The Office US. Nice swerve on that question there. Right, there's a few more abstentions happening here. Can't say I blame you, having never seen The Office. Familiar as I am with Lou Bega's Mambo number 5. Hands right off for this one. Ben tried to say crudité, but it proved a mouthful. This is Mambo number 6. Yeah, Sandra, Monica, and Jessica. Your incorrect answers there. Angela Kinsey plays Angela, the head of accounting, and Pamela, receptionist Pam Halpert. Nee Beasley is played by Jenna Fisher. Sandra, Monica, and Jessica, not main or starring characters. I think there is a bit character I discovered during my research, a bit character or a guest character called Jessica, but not one of the main or starring characters in The Office US. Very well done if you got some points. And let's clear that board. Quite a few of us on 10 points of risk here. Going to have to make a decision as to whether or not they're going to gamble on this next question. Remember, you only see the options. And if you gamble, if you press the risk button, you can't abstain. That's an important point I should have mentioned. If you choose to risk, you cannot abstain. Abstention will be treated as wrong and you will lose those points. If you don't want to risk it, you can just leave it blank. The points will go into the bank and they'll be safe. But if you do want to have a go, here are your options. Queen of Spades, 4 of Clubs, 9 of Diamonds, King of Hearts, 8 of Clubs. Bank or risk, 7 seconds. All these Balatro questions. There are quite a few of them. Now, we've got a bit of a mixed board. About a third of us going for the risk. That's Ben, Conrad, Mark, Paulister, Sam, Sweep, all going for the maximum risk with their 10 points of risk. We've got Dan risking 7, JR, Matt, Nando, Otley, Pyro, Ralph, and Topper risking 5, and Marcini risking 3. Everybody else, your points are in the bank. They are safe, but you won't be able to answer this question. For those of you who are risking, a wrong answer or an abstention will cost you all of your risk, but a right answer will double it up. Very best of luck to you. 15 seconds. Here is the question. Name the most likely component of a dead man's hand in poker. Ralph would have made it half getting it right, but just the 6 players finding the 8 of Clubs. Very well done. Yeah, so a bit of a story here. In modern times, the dead man's hand is comprised of 2 pair of aces and 8s. However, iterations before the legend associated with Wild Bill Hickok's death has included 2 pairs of jacks and 8s, 2 pairs of jacks and 7s, and a full house of jacks over 10s. 4 Clubs is the Devil's Bedpost, 9 of Diamonds is the Curse of Scotland, Queen of Spades is the Black Lady in the Game of Hearts, and the King of Hearts has a particularly grim nickname given his common imagery, which shall not be mentioned, so to keep the monetization gods happy. But yes, the King of Hearts looks to be impaling himself on his sword as if to unalive himself. Hashtag Gen Alpha. Not Gen Alpha, very much a millennial. But yeah, so those are the explanations of the other ones. But aces and 8s are the dead man's hand. So the 8 of Clubs would be the one you'd be most likely to find. Well done if you got some points there. Bad luck if you wiped out. Let's put those points into the bank. Check out the scores at the end of the first phase. Ben, Conrad, Mark, Sam, and Sweep are... Arun, are you channeling last night's OQL by any chance? I'm fairly sure there was a Sooty and Sweep question in that last night. Hashtag spoilers, I guess, somewhere. It might have been in the friendly. I can't remember. But you're all on the maximum of 20, so well done there. Puzzle Dan's got 14. AB Me, Fetz, Fluffy Boons, Flyboy, Inca, JR, Opsy, Rosemary, and Shapes have got 10. CJ, Colin, G.I.'s, Cola, Prugs, RBSP, Rias, Silent Marine, Snips' Angle, and Verto's I've got 5. Marcini, Matt, Nando, Otley, Paulister, Pyro, Ralph, Silver Electron, still got, and Topper are yet to score, but still a long way to go. Hello, Score Count. Welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. Black aces and 8s, indeed so, would be the dead man's hand. Aces, 8s, spades, and clubs. Let's do it all over again. Another set of 4 questions, starting with this one. 5 options, 4 correct answers, 2 points if you can find one. Let's take a look. Options are Sir Patrick Duffy, Richard Attenborough, Ian Pei, Irving Berlin, Jimmy Carter. Name a person who has lived to age 100. And I think think everyone who's in live play getting some points there. Very well done. I think we probably should have Richard Lord Attenborough, I think was his name, if we're going with Sir Patrick Duffy. But Richard Lord Attenborough was the one wrong answer there. Our 4 correct answers are termed centenarians. Former President Carter died near the end of 2024, a few weeks after turning 100. Composer Irving Berlin was 101. Architect Ian Pei was 102. Duffy is the oldest living, at the time of writing, former MP, currently 104 years old. And director Richard Lord Attenborough passed away 5 days before his 91st birthday. His biologist brother David Attenborough is still alive at 98. At the time of writing, please don't let me jinx someone again. Oh, and for the record, as a callback to the previous first question in the first phase, Nelson Mandela was 95 and a half, so wouldn't have been a correct answer had he been an option, which he was not. Very well done if you got some points. Let's go on to another one. 5 options and 3 correct answers. 3 points if you can find one. Here they are. Japan, Chile, Spain, India, Egypt. Name a place visited in the novel Around the World in 80 Days. Got my capture monitor. I might need to move my notes over here. Maybe. Maybe you don't have to play. And CJ Binks is indeed pleading the 5th and preserving their 2 points worth of risk. Japan, India and Egypt were the correct answers there. Starting in London, the journey went east, missing Spain, so that was the wrong answer, but went south towards Egypt to traverse the waters toward India, fast forward to departing Japan towards the United States, missing out on Chile again, as well, along with the whole of the rest of South America. They all went home to London, and now you've practically read the book, you're welcome. Which, when proofing earlier on, was an actual lol moment from me, because I did read the book a very, very long time ago. But that was basically the summary there. There is a plot twist at the end, which I won't. It's a kind of plot twist at the end, which I won't say, just in case you do want to read it. But I'm not sure if should I spoil the ending. I mean, it's been out a while, hasn't it? Was it Jules Verne, or the other one? It is quite a clever twist, actually, as twists go. Around the World in 80 Days abridged, yeah. Was it, he was dead the whole time? No, that's not the twist. Okay, I won't spoil it. I've not seen it. You've had enough time. Spoilers for an 1872 novel, yeah. I won't give away the twist ending. But it's not that he was dead the whole time. Very well done if you did get a correct answer there. And Silent Marine, welcome to the stream formally. Around the pub in 80 seconds. I like that. Lovely, lovely. Right, let's clear that board. And let's go on to... Was it Jules Verne? Or the other one? Rosebud. Yeah, Rosebud. Person to do it for real met Jules Verne because he was fatbog. It was Jules Verne. Excellent. Good, good. Next question. 5 options, 2 correct answers. Here they are. 5 points if you can find a correct answer. Take a look. Nemean lion, Erymanthian boar, Lernaean hydra, Cerberus, Stymphalian bird. Name a thing whose life Hercules spared while completing his mythological 12 labours. Quite a few abstentions and a lot of change on the board there. Erymanthian boar and Cerberus, the correct answers. The Nemean lion, the Lernaean hydra, and the Stymphalian birds were all slain. Though some flew away, Hercules managed to take care of plenty of Stymphalian birds. He captured the boar and 3-headed Cerberus without any casualties. The labours in question were to capture and return Cerberus to Hades in the underworld, and to capture the Erymanthian boar. I always think that's a particularly pungent pejorative to give to somebody. God, you are so... Don't go and hang out with Ben. He is an absolutely Erymanthian boar. For someone who's just really, really tedious. Like Jacob Rees-Mogg, I imagine, being an Erymanthian boar. But yes, it's a particularly pungent pejorative. Oh, there we go. Lewis has got there. Particularly pungent pejorative. Imagine just riffing that and that coming out. that caused people I don't know, but I think it would be a great thing to realize. Jacob Rees-Mogg, stop being such an Erymanthian boar. Go and get Nanny to prepare your dinner. Anyway, very well done if you got some points. Let's clear that board. A handful of players with the maximum coming into the risk question. Conrad Lack, Mark Fetz, Inca, JR, RBS, Pete, Stimson, Angle, Otley, and Paulister. If you want to risk on this question, remember abstention will be treated as wrong if you choose to risk. There's only one correct answer. It's worth double points if you want to play it, but a wipeout if you're wrong or abstain. Or you can put your points in the bank now. It's entirely up to you. Let's take a look at the options for this question. They are tattooing, batteries, decimal system, lunar calendar, feudalism, bank or risk. Couple of brave souls going to give this one a go. Quite a lot of people putting points into the bank though. Oh, excuse me, can't say I blame you. Just 6 people risking on this one. Conrad, Lack, Mark and Otley risking the maximum of 10. Sam, ABB and Marcini risking 5. That is a very random set of answers. Well, let's see where it's going to go. You've got 15 seconds to find me the answer. Remember, abstention treated as wrong, and there's only one correct answer up there. Good luck, and let's take a look at the question. Name an idea originating in ancient India. Mark's there. Otley's not. Marcini's not, but AB me is. Sam's the white out. Conrad Lack white out. Just Mark and AB me. Doubling up there. Doubling up to 20 and 10 respectively. Very well played. Stop being an Erymanthian boar. Absolutely. Now, I didn't write this down earlier, but I'm just going to double check. Oh yes, it was that person. Yeah, so just to go through, the lunar calendar was invented by the Sumerians. Feudalism in Western Europe during Charlemagne's reign. Tattooing, when I looked it up, I think it was an Aboriginal thing, originally where it came from, that sort of region of Australasia. And batteries, Alessandro Volta is credited with inventing the batteries. And also, apparently, if you Google it, John Stringfellow. I mean, I thought he invented nightclubs, but yeah, maybe that was the name of the first nightclub, Stringfellow's nightclub. Batteries. It's charged. Hang on. Batteries. Come to batteries. It's charged. And so on and so on and so on. Anyway, very well done to Mark and AB me getting some points there. Yeah, the decimal system was the correct answer that was originated in India. Let's put those points into the bank. And let's do it all over again. Mark, who has got double any of the players in the second position. And here's a message from our sponsor, Dragon.
Pride Koala.
Pride Koala to you too, Dragon. Thank you very much for the 31-month subscription. I hope you're keeping well, my dude. And welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you with us. We have got AB Me, Ben, Conrad Lack, Fet, Inca, JR, Samster, and Sweep all on 20. Dan's got 19. Fluffy Bunes, RBSP, Rosemary Simpson's Angler all on 15. Colin Flyboy, G. Ogden's Opsy, Paulister, Prudes, Rias, Shapes, Silent Marine, and Vertigo all on 10. CJ's got 7. Cola, Matt, Nando, and Ralph have 5. Marcini, Otley, Pyro, Silver Electron still got on Toppy yet to score. One more pass of questions. Let's do it all over again. Another 4 questions. This first one coming in with 5 options and 4 correct answers. 2 points if you can find one, and here they are. Lando Calrissian, Princess Leia, Yoda, Han Solo, C-3PO. Name a character who expresses their bad feeling about this in any canonical Star Wars film. Love a Star Wars question. Rias and Dan not finding one of the answers there. Yoda was the only incorrect answer. Recurring quotes in the film franchise is some variation of "I've got a bad feeling about this." In one of the Lego Star Wars video games, put my stress in the right place, Yoda says, "A bad feeling about this I have," but they are not considered canonical films. Let's see if I can get this right. Han Solo says it when they are inside the giant snake on the asteroid in Empire. Leia says it when they're in the garbage chute in A New Hope. Lando says it, I think, during the final assault on the Death Star in Jedi. And when does 3PO say it? Possibly when they crash land on Tatooine in A New Hope. I think someone who is more of a nerd than I am might be able to disabuse me of those things. That's what I proved this pack. I probably should have looked it up, but I knew broadly that those are the right places and that Yoda says far more wise things than that. Size matters not, for example. And when 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not. I can't do many. My Yoda's not too bad. Well, 9? Yeah, but I'm not going to do it now. Let's clear the board and move on to another question. 5 options, 3 correct answers amongst them, and 3 points. If you can find one, an option piece was never. Love it. Let's take a look. Options are Gaelic football, Test cricket, Rugby sevens, handball, ice hockey. Name a pro sport played in halves. Sorry, just a corpse halfway through the questions. It's Otley just wrote, feisty one you are. Feisty one you are? Why are you talking like that? It was Yoda from Star Wars. In-betweeners. That's time. Dragon, welcome to the stream. In-betweeners. I feel like that probably hasn't aged well, but it's from a very, very special time in my youth. Test cricket and ice hockey were the wrong answers there. Ice hockey has 3 periods. Test cricket matches are long enough for separate lunch and tea breaks. Yes, Test cricket can last several days and still not have a winner at the end of it. But Gaelic football, rugby sevens and handball all played in halves. Colin abstaining, keeping hold of their 2 points there, and a few wipeouts. Number of players, though, on 5, on for the maximum as we go to the next question. 5 options, 2 correct answers, and 5 points if you can find one. You do not have to play, and let's take a look at what the options are. Date, guava, pitaya, lychee, pomegranate. Name a droop. It's a bit like football. No, football lasts 90 minutes. Unless you mean American football score. Football lasts 90 minutes and then there was either a winner, a loser or a draw, whereas Test cricket can last several days and not have a winner. As expected, quite a few abstentions there. We've got a number of people on 10. Mark, Ben, Conradlak, JR, Sam, Fluffy, Rosemary, Paulus, Shapes, and Nando all hitting the maximum. Going to have to choose whether to risk it or not. Dates and lychee. They're both droops. A droop, aka a stone fruit, is one with a single pit, such as cherries, peaches, dates, and lychees. A pitaya, aka the dragon fruit, is a berry, just like guava and pomegranate. They are botanically berries, not droops. Very well done if you got that, and well done if you abstained and you've hung on to some risk as we go into the 4th question of the phase and the last question of the round. Remember, 5 options. Press the risk button if you want to play, but if you do so, your points are at risk even if you abstain. If you don't want to play, we'll put your points in the bank. Just leave it blank. Good luck, and here are your options. Philippine peso, Indian rupee, Japanese yen, Korean won, Thai baht. Bank or risk? Absolutely not, says JR. A smattering of risk coming in here. 7, I think. Otley, Sweet, Fetz, Shapes, Fluffy, Samster, and Conradlak. Conradlak and Sam both risking them, and Fluffy and Shapes, I beg your pardon, all risking the maximum of 10. I was looking at the wrong column. Fetz, Sweep, and Otley all risking half the maximum, risking 5. Remember, double points if you can find the 1 correct answer, but a wipeout if you're wrong or you abstain. Everyone else's points are in the bank. Good luck to all 7 of you. Here is the question. Name a currency whose symbol is typically written with 2 vertical lines. And Fluffy just denying us a sea of green as he slides back down the board. Yes, the Thai baht. All the others are styled with 2 horizontal lines. the peso, the Philippine peso, the Indian rupee, the Japanese yen, and the Korean won all started with 2 horizontal lines. The Thai baht, it's a letter B with two vertical, lines going down it. Very well done to Otley, Sweet, Fetch, Shapes, Sam, and Conradlac, doubling up their points. Let's put them into the bank and check out the scores at the end of round 1. Well, it's Mark who's still got the lead, though the gap has closed a little bit since the end of phase 2, currently out in front with 50. We've got Conradlac and Sam, both have got 40. Ben, Fetch, JR, Shapes, and Sweep, all currently tied up in third with 30. Elsewhere on the leaderboard, AB Me, Inca, and Rosemary all have 25. Paul Lister and Stimpson's Angle of 20. Dan's got 19. Fluffy Bunes, G. Isons, Nando, Opsy, RBSP, Silent Marine, and Vertigo are all on 15. Rias on 13. CJ and Colin are on 12. Flyboy, Matt, Otley, and Prugs on 10. Cola, Pyro, Ralph, Stilgart on 5. Marcini, Silver Electron, and Toppery Slattery are yet to score, but there's still plenty of game to go, so don't you worry your heads unduly about that, because even more quizzes coming up right about now is round 2. It's the board game. It's a bit like the wipeout round. Deselect before you reselect and all that. Oh, actually, deselect before you reselect is more red herrings, I suppose, isn't it? But anyway, select as many of the 9 presented options as you like within 60 seconds. At least 4 and up to 7 of the answers will be correct. For each correct answer identified, you will get 5 risk points. Hooray! However, if you identify even 1 correct answer, you score nothing for the board. Boo! 3 boards in this round, and good luck to you all as ever. So, you don't have to select 4. There will be at least 4 correct answers, but you don't have to select 4. You can select as many as you like. It could just be 1 if you want to guarantee yourself 5 points if you're sure about an answer. If you select all 9, then you will find all the correct answers, but you'll get no points for them because you'll wipe out, because all it takes is 1 incorrect answer for you to wipe out back to 0. We'll bank the scores. The Erymanthian board game, nice. We'll bank the scores after each board. There are 3 boards in this round, and let's see how we get on. You've got a full 60 seconds. Once you've submitted your answers, you can't undo or take it back. So make sure you use that time wisely. It will show on your devices, but a full 60 seconds to consider your options. Let's start with this one. Good luck. Options are Pointillism, Sotto in Su, Chiaroscuro, Impasto, Gauche, Scumble, Falso Pista, Grisaille, Alla Norma. Identify the painting techniques. And apologies for my pronunciation. Maybe you've got a full 60 seconds to think about this, so don't rush your answers unduly. Sending a quick message. Okie dokie do. Let's see how we're doing. Sam, Inca, Fluffy Beans all going for the maximum, I think, so far with 5. Quite a few 4s coming in here. Shapes, and if I zoom out this one, I can do it while looking at the camera. Shapes and Sweet Paulister, Dan, Nando, Pyro, Ralph all risking 4. A couple of safe ones, AB Me, G. Isons, Colin and Stilgar. We'll find out if they're safe in just a moment. And that's about time. And there are your answers. There were a lot of them. 7. The bottom left and the bottom right proving to be the incorrect answers, but there were 7 up there. The maximum we're getting out of that is 5. Matt, Fluffy, Inca, and Sam all picking up 25 points. Still got Colin, G. Isons, and AB Me all picking up a safe 1. Marcini wiping out with 4, Prugs wiping out, and Topper wiping out with 3. So Topper trying to shoot the moon at this point, possibly Marcini as well. But still plenty of time, so don't worry yourself. So yeah, those are all painting types. Pointillism, Sotto Unsu, Chiaroscuro, Impasto, Gauache, or Gauache, possibly, Scumble, and Grisaille, or Grisaille. They're all painting techniques. Pasta alla Norma is a Sicilian dish with aubergine or eggplant as its primary addition to pasta, and falsa pista is Italian for red herrings. So, very clever little red herrings there from Abe, although wrong game. It's a risky business. Not red herrings, but always nice to have an honorary red herring appear amongst the risky business board. If we're all done, if you've got some points, let's pop them in the bank. Whilst I check in with what's happening up here. Oh, cool. It's a message from Lewis about my upcoming Money Box pack, which is featuring on Saturday. And it's all good news, which is great to hear. Let's go on to our next puzzle. And I'm going to show you 9 options. At least 4 of them will be correct, but not more than 7. You've got 60 seconds to think about them. And here are those options. Can't Buy Me Love, Eleanor Rigby, Come Together, Hey Jude, Ticket to Ride, Yesterday, Here Comes the Sun, All You Need Is Love, Let It Be. Identify the opening lyrics of Beatles songs. I hear they're overrated, but this is a great question. Matt the Sprout, I think I swept this one. I think. Okay, well, we'll see. What have you gone for? 5. No more than 5 being guessed here. Mark, Matt, RBSP, and Pyro all risking for 5 for a 25 points if they can find it. Number 4s and quite a few 3s in here as well. Let's see how you did. Oh, you did not sweep it, Matt the Sprat, because there were... Oh, no, there were only 5. There were 5. I don't know, somehow in my head, odd. Hang on. Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong colour. There were only 4, so you couldn't have swept it with a bid of 5. Yes, indeed, let's go through them. Can't Buy Me Love is the opening line to Can't Buy Me Love. Hey Jude, don't make it bad is the opening line to Hey Jude. Here Comes the Sun doo-doo-doo-doo is the opening line to Here Comes the Sun. And Yesterday is the opening line to Yesterday. Those were all good for points. And look at this, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people getting points and nobody getting a full 4. Incorporator improves as best we could do, getting 3 of them for 15 points. So the other ones, All You Need Is Love, starts with love, love, love. Bum, bum, bum. Hey, welcome to the stream. I beat you to the punch on the overrated joke. I said the question is not overrated. I said the Beatles are overrated, but this is a great question. It's actually what I said. Big love to 8. Thank you for these questions. They're going down really well so far. So yeah, All You Need With Love starts with love repeated 9 times. Come Together starts with the phrase shoot me 4 times, very quietly. And it was the only one of these actually that I didn't know. I had to go and listen to when I proved it. But it's sort of shoot me. Very, very softly. Oh, there we go to stream demonetization again. So that's the thing. Eleanor Rigby. Ah, look at all the lonely people. It's always quite fun if you try and add words to fit in with that meter of Eleanor Rigby. Like, Danny DeVito trying to kickstart a low-budget sequel to Twins. Arnie's not in, for example. That's a particularly good one. And obviously, in the sort of the time of 2018, 2019, you could just go, Brexit means Brexit. Brexit means Brexit means Brexit means Brexit means what? Not a whole lot. Is lost in all this Beatles. So sorry, Ben the 5th Beatle. Oh, I don't know about that. And Let It Be, obviously starting with when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Yeah. Biting satire. I know, right? Lovely stuff. I'm starting to quite like the Beatles. They got some really good tunes. I feel like my whole life has been a lie saying they're overrated, and I've just gone through 8 out of 9 songs. But certainly, I would say 7 out of those 9 songs are absolute bops. Maybe they weren't as overrated as I've been led to believe. Ape, you may have converted me. We will see. Very well done if you got some points out of that. Let's put them in the bank. And let's go on to our final board of the round. Another 9 options. At least 4 of them will be right, and not more than 7. Take a look. Here they are. Emmanuel Macron, France. Michael D. Higgins, Ireland. Paul Biya, Cameroon. Volodymyr Zelensky, Ukraine. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Turkey. Xi Jinping, China. Daniel Ortega, Nicaragua. Vladimir Putin, Russia. And Daniel Chapeau, Mozambique. Identify the world leaders who have been their nation's president for 10 or more total years. I stand by overrated, Silent Marine. I don't think they are overplayed. You don't hear them that much on the radio anymore. Mind you, they are 60 years old, I suppose. Which is a bit mad. Trust me, you'll thank me. Put on some rice in a pan, add some coconut cream. Now let it steam. That's brilliant, Shape. Sorry I missed that. I'll sing that again when the jingle has stopped. Last 10 seconds, get some answers in. Most that we've got, Topper and Conradlak. Each going for 5 for 25. Can Topper get some points in the bank this time? Let's have a look. No, he can't, and neither can Conradlak. But Matt the Sprat picking up 5, the highest score of the round. There were only 6 up there, so no one getting a perfect board there. But Matt Sprat taking 5 of them for 25 points. Very well played. Yeah, I'm going to read that because that was really good from Shapes. Trust me, you'll thank me. Put on some rice in a pan, add some coconut cream. Now let it steam. I've got my piano in here at the moment. I really want the piano in here right now. Could go get a ukulele and make the dog scream. Oh, that'd be fun. Let's just go through these answers real quick. Emmanuel Macron became president, and I didn't write these down and they're not in my notes, but I think Emmanuel Macron was 2017. Volodymyr Zelensky, president of Ukraine, came to power in 2019, if memory serves. And Daniel Chapo, president of Mozambique. Anybody know when he became president? Anyone know? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yesterday is the correct answer, not 2022. It was, yeah, it was yesterday. He became president of Mozambique yesterday, so has not been president for 10 years. All the others, 10 years or more. Xi Jinping, I think, was 2012. Paul Biya was sometime in the 70s from Cameroon. Michael D. Higgins, 2011, I think. Erdogan was weird. I think it's from 2014, but he was prime minister before that and then acting president before that. So yeah, Erdogan is only just 10 years, but has basically been in power since forever. Putin 1999, and Daniel Ortega from Nicaragua is the one I can't remember, so I'm going to do a quick Google. Daniel Ortega, president of Nicaragua since 10th of January 2007. So there we go. I think I've done well to remember most of them. I probably could have written them down. All my troubles seem so far away. Chapeau. Yes, indeed. Chapeau to Daniel Chapeau. President, His Eminence, I believe it was styled when I looked it up earlier on. I proved this back after work today because it's still fresh in my memory. Yes, Daniel Chapeau. His Excellency, and who began with me? His Excellency Daniel Chapeau, Mozambican politician, lawyer, and jurist, who's been the 5th president of Mozambique since 15th of January 2025. Very well done. If you got some points out of that, we're going to pop them into the bank and then check out the scores at the end of round 2. I've only got one ukulele that doesn't have a knackered string at the moment. I've got a sop baritone and tenor, and the baritone and tenor have both got broken strings, but... Ooh, the dog's going to start barking because he hates it. Can you hear him? He hates the ukulele. Why do I have a ukulele? Because I'm a professional musician, former retired professional musician, so that's what I do. But yeah, he's going to... Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in a church where a wedding has been. No, I can't even play it. I'm not really a ukulele player. I'm going to go and put it back because otherwise the dog's going to do his nut. Yes, it's a ukulele. Come to peace with it. Shouting at me, playing my ukulele, you freeloading little bastard. Oh, are you coming in now, are you? Are you going to be a dick or are you going to be cool? Anyway, oh no, you're going to be a dick. Okay, fine. Right, you come and do round 3 with me then. Come and do round 3 with me. Broken string in a ukulele, but it's a bit flat because I play it daily. Freeloading little bastard is a dick. Absolutely. Dog quiz. Yeah, we'll do dog quiz for the last round. Make some peace with the ukulele. That's the thing. There used to be a really good like guitars and things shop in town where I'd go and get it restrung, but Now I'd have to order strings off Amazon and then learn how to restring it myself. And it's just like, and considering the dog's just going to shout at it whenever I get it out, obviously seems worth it. Let's check out the scores. Inca and Mark now tied at the top with 85 apiece. Sam's in second with 80. Paulista and Shapes Minky are in third with 70. We got Matt the Sprat and Sweet then with 60. Conradalac, Thet, Rosemary all have 55. AB, me and Nando have got 50. Flyboy, JR, Otley, Prugs, Vertigo, they're all on 45. Ben and Fluffy Doons are on 40. Dan's on 39. Rias 38. CJ and Colin on 37. Opsy and RBSP and Silent Marine and Stimpsons Angler have all got 30. Cola and Pyro and Ralph have 25. G. Isons and Stilgar have 20. Marcini has 15. And Silver Electron and Topper are yet to score. But there is still time because round 3, as you know, it's a round where all of that can change. Let's take a look at the rules. It's this or that. What other musical instruments do you have? I have 2 digital pianos, a grand piano, and 3 ukuleles is what I own. Not all of them under the roof I currently occupy. A quiz show host you would be if you could see what I see when I'm asking. So you would be if you could see what I could see when I'm asking questions. That's a banjolele. 3 ukuleles, yes. Disappointing lack of a theremin. As I mentioned, a soprano, a baritone, and a tenor. They're all different sizes and sound slightly different. The tenor's actually an electro tenor. But no theremin. And I don't have my grand piano at the moment. It's still at the house. Oh yeah, get on with the quiz. 3 ukuleles and a trench coat. Just because we're all having fun and having mild banter, Samster. Let me read the instructions to you so Sam doesn't get cross. This or that. Select the correct answer from the 2 options presented within 7 seconds. Get it right, and you get increasingly more risk points. 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and so on. Answer incorrectly any time, it reduces your risk points to 0 and resets your streak. If you abstain from a question, it banks your risk points and resets your streak to 0. So it's a bit like the weakest link. If you get 3 right in a row, that's 6 points. If you then abstain, the 6 goes in the bank, but then you start from the next question, building up from 1. With 15 questions in the round, there's 120 points potentially up for grabs. Oh, hello, Oni. Who? Mikalele. Very much so. Welcome to the stream, my dude. Hope you keep it well. 120 points up for grabs, so it is still anybody's game. Let's see what you can do. Inca and Mark have the lead. Let's see if they can keep it by the end of the round. Good luck to you all. This or that. Question 1. This or that. Options are. That's the expression. Cockapoo. Cockatoo. It's a bird. It's a cockatoo. The other is a dog crossbreed of a cocker spaniel and a poodle. One dictionary calls the cockatoo a parrot with an erectile crest. Come on, definition writer. This is a family stream. Cockatoo is a bird, a cockapoo is a dog. It seems every other dog I pass in the park when I'm out with Dexter is either a cocker spaniel or a cockapoo. They are a very popular breed, I think principally because I don't think they molt. I think seems to be the attraction of cockapoos, although feel free to disabuse me of that notion, I might be talking out my arse. Most people getting points there. Let's nothing to go in the bank, that's the first question. Remember, if you want to put the points in the bank at any time, just abstain and they will go in automatically. For now, let's go on to question 2. This or that. Options are B-52, UB-40. It's a plane. B-52, the other is an erstwhile UK tax form associated with unemployment benefits, UB40. The B-52's band, well known for their songs Love Shack and Rome, also commonly wore their hair in the beehive style. This style was also nicknamed the B-52 due to visual similarities to the B-52 bomber's nose. UB40 are also a band who gave us such classics as Red Red Wine, and I can't think of any others. They're a sort of post-reggae, I guess, post-ska. Is that what I'm thinking of? UB40, Red Red Wine. UB40 are also correct. Yeah, I'm not a great fan, I have to say. But most people get some points there. Dan putting 1 into the bank. Let's pop it in there. Topper's up to 3 points of risk, still nothing in the bank. We could have the greatest comeback since Lazarus on our hands here. Let's wait and see what happens as we go to question number 3. This or that. Options are... Oh, they covered Red Red Wine. Aha. Multigatoni. Tantamile. It's soup. mulligatawny, I think is how that's pronounced. Tantamile. Mulligatawny or tantamile, which is the soup? Mulligatawny. The other one is one of the eponymous cats from the 1980s musical. Yes, Ape wrote titular there. Yes, I auto-corrected. Cockatoo. Very good. Cockatoo. Yeah, mulligatawny is a soup that I have heard of, but not one that I have tasted, so I couldn't tell you what it tastes like. It's also not to be confused with McCavity, who is the cat, or Mr. Mistopheles, who are cats from the musical beginning with M. CJ, Silent Marine, G. Eisens, and Stilgar all putting 3 points of risk into the bank. Let me just see if I can get that on full screen. If I go like that. That'll do. Yes, CJ, Silent Marine, G. Eisens, and Stilgar all putting 3 into the bank. Let's pop it in there now. Lots of players still on the maximum risk of 6 as we go to question number 4. This or that options are Silver Age, Golden Age. Which age of comic books came first? More wipeouts and abstentions there. It was the Golden Age, when Superman and other big-name heroes made their comic book debut. The Golden Age came before the Silver Age. Feels like something that may have been retroactively named rather than at the time. We are in the Golden Age of comic books, because anyone who says that, that's the mark of an overzealous optimist, I think. It's like it would be the sign of a pessimist to call World War One or World War... There's the QI thing, isn't it? It's when David Mitchell gets really cross. Whereas when was the First World War first named as such? And David Mitchell goes, it's going to be some point after 1939, isn't it? And the klaxons go off. He says after the Second War. He says, excuse me, man in the box. I think what I said was after 1939, which may contain 1939. QI mentions drink. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so it feels like, no, that is not an invitation to you. You go away. So yeah, anyway, retroactive naming. Golden Age. A few more banks going on there. Matt the Sprat, Rosemary, Vertigo, Fluffy, Rears, Collins, Stimpson's Angle, all banking 6. Pyro, Paulus, Defets, and Proves wiping out 6. And we've still got a smattering of players on the maximum of 10. Let's put the points into the bank and go on to question number 5. This or that options are... Yes, that's right. Mitchell is a cock. Question number 5. This or that options are... No, they didn't do a klaxon for it, actually, Matt. Triangle or circle? In maths, which one is a conic section? Stop shagging your blanket. Oh, and get yourself out of my work laptop cable. You are just the worst. There, you can wear your blankie if you're going to shag it. You can wear it as a badge of shame. No, and also piss off. And also piss off. It's a circle is one of the 4 conic sections. 4 conic sections formed by a plane intersecting a cone are circle, ellipse, parabola, and hyperbola. Not to be confused with hyperbole, which is when I say my dog has the biggest appetite in the entire world, would be an example of hyperbole, because he doesn't. But yeah. Anyway. I've gone off on a tangent there. It's a circle, is what we're after. Sam and Otley and Ralph putting 10 in the bank. Dan putting 3 in. And JR wiping out 10. G. Eisens wiping out 1 there. We have still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players with the maximum risk of 15, including Topper. Oh, excuse me. Let's put the points in the bank. That's it. Lie down on your blankie. Good boy. Wear your blanket if you're going to shag it. Oh, there's some really good, memorable lines coming out of this night. Hello, Clive of Legend. Welcome to the stream, my dude. Just in time for the end game of Risky Business. Let's go on to question number 6. This or that options are Mauritania, Mozambique. Which country is intersected by the Tropic of Capricorn? Oh, parabola and hyperbola. My bad. It's like hyperbole. Oh, not hyperbola. It's not hyperbole. Hyperbola and parabola. My bad. They have a new... Yes, Mozambique. They have a new president. It was Daniel Chapo. Yeah, Daniel Chapo in the last question. Mozambique. Second reference to Mozambique tonight. Yeah, the Tropic of Cancer, which is the one north of the equator, goes through Mauritania, but the Tropic of Capricorn is the one below, south of the equator. That goes through Mozambique. AB, me, Nando, and Opsy wiping out 15 points there. Bad luck. Paulus Effect, Vertigo Cruise, and Stimpson's Angle wiping out 1. CJ and RBSP putting 3 in the bank, and Matt putting 1 in the bank. And still 7 players with the maximum risk streak of 21. Topper, Cola, Ben, Sweep, Shapes, Mark, and Inca. Let's go on to question number 7. This or that options are Kakuro, Sudoku. Which logic puzzle was originally called Cross Sums? It's not just very angry equations, as like cross sums as in cross words, rather than furious sums. Kakuro is the answer. The other started as number place. Standard Kakuro is a crossword that requires addition and logic skills to solve. I remember I used to buy a newspaper when I was in 6th form, exclusively for the puzzle pages in the middle, because it had 3 daily Sudokus and 2 daily Kakuros, I think, because probably the I. Kakuro very quickly became preferable to Sudoku. They sort of went through a big craze in the mid-noughties, Kakuro and Sudoku, and they were everywhere. We just discovered them from Japan. It was like we discovered fire. Suddenly everyone wanted to do them. Very angry equations. Mozambique than usual. Very good. It's Mozambique night. The epitome of hyperbole. Very clever. I've got a lot of highlights going on already tonight, I have to say. Anyway, Kakuro was the correct answer. Cola is calling it quits there, banking 21. And we've still got 6 players with the maximum of 28. Topper, Ben, Sweep, Shapes, Mark, and Inca. Few wipeouts there. Rias, Stilgar, Silent Marine losing some points. Let's put any points into the bank that need to go there. And with that bank... No. He must have banked a while ago. Hello, Clive. Did not even... Welcome to the stream, Clive. Hope you're well. Mozambique, no problems. Sam has got the lead with 90. Inca and Mark still in second, but they have got some risk behind them. Shapes and Paul are still tied up in third. Those Shapes with a heavy advantage thanks to that 28 points of risk. We're going to go on to our next question. It's question number 8. This or that options are Kabuki. No, nor. In which style of Japanese theatre can women participate? Oh, this is interesting. Interesting. Top has called it quits, as has Sweep, banking 28 points. Ben is wiping out 28 points. Sam and Rosemary are wiping out 3 points. Conrad, Lax, Stimpson's Angle, RBSP are wiping out 1 point. And we've got G-Isers putting 3 in the bank as well. No. Or is it just no? It's just pronounced no, is it? Just saying no. No. Women were banned from Kabuki in the 17th century, remaining a male-only art form ever since. No was for men exclusively, but modern professional theatres have included women since the end of the Second World War. Oh, excuse me, a little yawn there. No was the correct answer. Let's put the points into the bank. 2 players still with the maximum risk, and there are also 2 players who have got the highest second highest bank score at the moment, Mark and Inca. There is a bit of a change at the top. Sam is still at the top with his bank. Sweep is in second with his bank, 1988. Just 3 points behind those, Inca and Mark with a bank of 85 and a potential score with 36 higher than that. Let's just take a look at the potential scores as we're about at the halfway mark. Not a massive amount of change, but do keep your eyes on Inca and Mark. They're probably the ones to watch at the moment. Potentially Flyboy could also do some damage if he gets a few more questions right, though. Is playing catch-up from the risk point of view. Let's go on. Question number 9. This or that, A or B. Options are Lola Bunny, Jessica Rabbit. Which character is one of the Looney Tunes? That'd be Lola Bunny. Jessica Rabbit is the human wife of Roger Rabbit, both debuting in the 1981 book Who Censored Roger Rabbit, which would be made into the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit 7 years later. Lola Bunny is the love interest to Bugs Bunny, who made her first appearance in Space Jam. Indeed so, Mark, in Trading Space Jam. You're beat ahead of me with these host notes. Most players getting this one right. Inker and Mark continuing to extend their risk. Prugs and Opsy losing 1, and Marcini losing 1. No points to put into the bank. Let's go on to question number 10. This or that, A or B. No, there's no A or B anymore. This or that, options are Asteroids, Metroid. Which video game was released in the mid-1980s? Inker and Mark continuing in lockstep. Metroid was the correct answer. Flyboys called it quits there. 36 points going into the bank. It's going to take you up to 81. It's going to get you up to the top end of the banked board. Let's see if you can keep it there. Asteroids was 1979 for what it's worth. Quite a few wipeouts there. Pyro losing 10, Paulus Defect, JP JR, and Dan losing 6. Cola losing 3, Sweep, Rosemary, Ben, RBSP, Silent Marine, Topper, and G. Eisens losing 1, and Matt Spratt banking 1. Let's put those points into the bank. As we go to question number 11, this or that, options are San Francisco 49ers, Philadelphia 76ers. Which American sports team's name references the earlier historical event? The Philadelphia 76ers. I was a bit confused about this until I came to proofing it. Commonly cited in history books, the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of Philly's pro basketball team. The California Gold Rush reached a boom in 1849 around San Francisco, California, home to one of California's several American football teams. That is where those numbers come from. Great question, and I have to say I did not know why they were called the San Francisco 49ers or the Philly 76ers, but yes, that is the reason why. So a lovely question there. Vertigo, Rios and Simpsons angle, putting 3 into the bank. Conradalak wiping out 3. Inker and Mark still absolutely neck and neck. Whew. With 4 questions to go, let's go on to question number 12. This or that, options are the Lollipop Guild, Oompa Loompas. Which diminutive group appeared in film first? Few people taking no risks. Fluffy putting 28 in the bank. Ralph 21 in the bank. CJ putting 10 in the bank. Sam putting 6 in the bank. Opsy losing 3. Rosemary, Cola, Prugs and RBSP all losing 1. Yeah, the Lollipop Guild was the correct answer to that. The Lollipop Guild was a group of munchkins created for the 1939 film based on The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, and were not in the original book from the year 1900. Oompa Loompas appear in the 1964 book and 1971 film about that chocolate factory. And Charlie and his visit there, and Willy Wonka's heinous disregard for the welfare of children. Let's put the points into the bank with 3 questions to go. Sam has still got the bank lead with 96. Sweep is in second with 88 in terms of bank. But let's just take a look at the potential for a minute. Otley has got the potential to come a long, long way up the board. Could potentially be banking out 45, which would take him up to 100. I mean, it's theoretically possible for Otley still to win this and certainly do some damage up at the top end. Samster can only max out with 102 at this point. Sweep could get up to 6, 10, 15, 103. And Inker and Mark, I mean, they're sort of running away. It looks like they are on to share a gold at the moment. One more question right from each of them, and they'll have more at risk than they've got in the bank. And could be, well, I'm not going to say it. We've still got 3 questions to go, so I'm not going to jinx anything. Let's go on to question number 13. This or that, options are nipples, eyelashes. A person with dystichiasis has extra what? I practiced that pronunciation earlier on. Dystichiasis. Not dystichiasis. Dystichiasis has extra what? Nipples or eyelashes? And Inker and Mark are calling it quits there. And it's going to be an interesting battle on these final 2 questions to see if they can outpace each other. A person with dystichiasis has extra eyelashes. Actress Elizabeth Taylor had the condition in which one has an extra row of eyelashes. The other condition is rather boringly known as supernumerary nipples. Which, is not as interesting as Die Sticky Aces. Die Sticky Aces. Die Sticky Aces. Wrote a story once about one murdering her husband with a frozen leg of lamb and then feeding it to the police. Is it Die Sticky Isis? Is it Iasis? Oh yeah, I suppose it is. Die Sticky Iasis. That makes sense. The name's Nipples. Supernumerary Nipples. Very good indeed. Very good. Lovely stuff. Okay, Inca and Mark putting 78 in the bank. Still got putting 15 in the bank, and a few players wiping out, most notably Clive there, losing 21 points worth of risk. Out it goes, I'm afraid. And there we have it. I think that is going to be uncatchable for Inca and Mark. The battle is just going to be between them for these final two questions. Let's take a look at question number 14. This or that? Options are hazelnut, almond, frangelico liqueur, tastes of hazelnut, and I've just written VOMs here. I'm not really into anything nut-based, to be honest. Otley had the highest risk at that question, but he's putting it in the bank with 36. He's not going to risk it on that. Matt G. Eisen's banking 6, Silent Marine banking 3. Shapes wiping out 15 on that one. Bad luck. The answer was hazelnut. One final question, academic for our top... Well, it's not academic between them. We could have an interesting split between Inca and Mark, but... Race is on for second place. Sam looks like he's most likely to hit it. And I think that is probably it. The question remains, is Otley going to get a bronze medal? Or are Inca and Mark going to split at the end and gold, silver, bronze go Inca, Mark, Sam? Or is Otley going to creep in and get a bronze medal by default? Let's find out with our final question. Question 15. This or that? Options are 10 volts. 10 amps. Which one is more harmful to humans? Inca and Mark both there. Which means they are going to tie 10 amps. Frangelico and chocolate milk is basically alcoholic Nutella, and it's glorious. Not for Ben. Not my particular brand of Frangelico. But what about 50 ohms? Well, I can tell you, since the calculation for amperes divides by volts, the amps will give far more of a tickle to your body than the volts. It'll unalive you, right, monetization gods? 10 amps is what we wanted. Sam's putting 3 in the bank, which means he's not quite going to make the century. Oh.
What a shame.
What a shame. Rios is going to bank the 3, taking him up to 50. Rosemary and Ralph losing 1 there. Fett's banking 1. And that is going to be the end of the game. Let's put the points in the bank and check out the final scores. Oh, it's a runaway victory for Inca and Mark, who share that gold medal with 166 points each. Very well played, you two. It's a silver medal to Sam with 99. Again, not quite 100.
What a shame.
And a bronze medal goes to Otley with 92 points. For all of you, those points will be converted into pennies, and Matt's telling us 375, which means I'm guessing it's times by 4? 5? I can't fast maths. How do you calculate it? Someone do the maths. It's 5. 75 times 5 must be 375. I suppose that makes sense, because 75 times 2 is 150, times that by 2 is 300, add 75 is 375. Times it by 5. So yeah, whatever your score is, times it by 5. Those are your pennies for the day. Can I extend a massive thank you to Mr. Minky for a wonderfully delightful question pack. Inca, welcome to the stream. You've been here for a while, winning the game. That's the first time you've chatted. Lovely to have you here. Really nice pack there, eh? Really, really good fun. I hope you all enjoyed that as well. Worth the wait. Say, it was we had it delayed from last week, but worth sticking around for, and lovely to have it here tonight. So huge thanks to you, Ape, for that question pack. That's the end of the first half of Game Night. We're going to go to a quick break. I'll play some adverts. During the adverts, a game of Hacker will start. Now, be warned, Hacker takes place by whispering to the bot. Okay, not in the Universal Controller. If you try and join on the Universal Controller, the app will probably crash. And then if you write to me and complain and say, I couldn't get into Hacker because the universal controller wouldn't work, I've told you here, and I've told you in chat, it's whispering to the bot for Hacker until such a time as I can reskin it and probably turn it into a full standalone format, but that's another story for another time. Money box first, that's going to be Saturday, that's just about ready to go, but yes, use Twitch Whispers to play the next game. It's going to be Hacker. It's a self-running game. It'll take about 20 minutes, so while that's going on, I'm going to get myself a bottle of Prosecco and stretch my legs. I suggest you guys do the same. Get any more snacks, more drinks, nip to the loo, whatever you need to do. We'll play some adverts, but we won't start Hacker until the bulk of those adverts are done. If you are subscribed, you'll hear some nice electro swing before Hacker starts. And after that, we are going to be playing Scheduled Spotlight by a variety of authors. It's the niche knowledge game, and should be a lot of fun. I've got 23 packs ready and raring to go, of which we'll get to see 10 of them over the course of the game. I do hope you'll stick around for them. Spotlight coming up later, Hacker coming up in just a few minutes' time. Thank you again to 8 for a wonderful pack of Risky Business. Congratulations to our medalists. You've been playing Risky Business, and I will see you after the break.
Shoobity wop me oobity wop me oo wop shawong wop shawody wop 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 shoobity wop me oobity wopity oo wop shawong wop shawody wop 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 wop shawong wop shawong shoobity wop me oobity wop me oo ba-doo now.
And Not a Cat, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. A little bit of electro swing coming up right now. Maybe a little quiet on that. Oh, this is a good one. So if you are not subscribed, you'll see a few adverts, and then we'll get Hacker going. Hacker has been written by Samster, and it should prove to be a lot of fun. Remember, it takes place in Twitch Whispers, not on the Universal Controller. That's coming up just to keep you company while we all go and stretch our legs. And then when we return after that, we'll be playing Spotlight. I do hope you'll stick around. But for now, go get yourselves a drink, go get some snacks, go to the loo. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
to making with jive, boy. Say shine. When it hits you, yes, indeed. Yes, yes. Yes, you shine. When it hits you, yes, indeed. Yes, yes. When it hits you, yes, indeed. Yes, yes. Yes, you shine. When it hits you, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, you holler. Yes,
1, 2, 3, do it.
Well, what a game that was. Congratulations to Clive, our hacker champion. Just besting the other 3 finalists there. Very well played, my dude. Congratulations to you. And welcome to Daru, RBSP Stream, Tops Matt and City Cat to the stream. Lovely to have you all here. That was good fun. Thank you to Sam for a lovely pack of hacker right there. Really good fun. And yeah, I think I'm going to reskin that one next. I think I'm going to turn it into a full format. And I think I've got a bite. The bite on my shoulder. That's very annoying. I think I'm going to reskin that and get it into a full format and away from the warm-up thing. I always felt with Hacker there's enough material there to turn that into a full format, and it doesn't quite work as a warm-up game because it's quite lengthy and has no audience game. And it's like elimination games aren't quite right for warm-up games. It's something Tipster said years and years ago. Games where players are eliminated don't work quite so well as warm-ups. I know we have Crossfire and Battlefront, which are both warm-ups with elimination, but they've got play-along factor, whereas that one doesn't. And it's quite cerebral, I think, and sort of prosaic. So it's one that I think could be strung out into a new format. Whether I take the ideas of the format and turn it into a completely different look, or I stick with the hacking theme, is something to be discussed. But yes, that's on the to-do list for Q1 2025. Time for a little continuity. Anyway, hope you all enjoy the game. And time for some continuity. First of all, Bash. It's Quiz Night's birthday tomorrow. It's going to be 6, and there is still no schedule. But I think Ash has promised some flashbacks and some looking back at videos, sort of not dissimilar from how my 5th birthday was Saturday just gone. So yeah, go and give him a follow. He'll be live tomorrow at 8 PM GMT for Quiz Night's 6th birthday. Now We Are 6 by AA Mill and Ash the Bash, adapted by Ash the Bash. So yeah, that'll be really good fun. So do go give that a watch. I'm going to try and pop in myself. I've got a choir rehearsal in the evening, and then I have company in the evening. So I may or may not be around, but I will try and poke my head in at some point, at least. Yes, growly, pleepy dog. Then what's happening? Well, Topper's here on Sunday for his season finale. Yes, Spin Star and Diamond with Topper 1 Gaming. So Topper 1 Gaming. Yes, Spin Star and Diamond in Topper's series or season 8 finale. Yes, company. It's the same company I've had the last few weekends here. So yeah, Diamond and Spin Star. Go give Topper a little follow for even more quiz action. That's going to be Sunday night, 8 PM GMT. And first ever prize draw. Is that what your Toppy tickets are in aid of? I'm assuming that's what your Toppy tickets are in aid of. So yeah, go and give Topper a little follow for his season 8 finale and prize draw. Should be really, really good fun. And as for me, right here, I don't need to shout out myself because you're already here, but give me a follow if you're not doing so already, if you like. This Saturday, Saturday, the 18th of January, very excited because we have got the first episode of Data Leak of this season, and that has been written by Stimpson's Angle, I think. Yes, first episode of Data Leak this season by Stimpson's Angle. That's exciting. Steeplechase as our mid-time game, as written by Lewis. That's exciting because horses. And then, big excitement, the pilot of the reskinned Money Box is coming this Saturday with questions written by me. Lewis, I believe, has just finished proofing them, and there's a couple of things in there that I need to probably go and repair. But yes, if you've only been around for the last couple of years, you probably haven't seen Money Box before. It's a format that I felt was it's never quite right. I never thought the end game quite worked. And it seemed to drag, but I've been working with Clive on this to make some slight adjustments to the format. I've rebuilt the studio, reprogrammed all the logic, got it into the universal controller, and there's a more meaningful audience participation. Well, it's exactly the same audience participation game, but now the coins are decided by the hot seat players. It involves 2 hot seat players who will need to have microphones and be in the Discord server, and there's also an option for webcam. I've incorporated webcam into the build now as well, so it's not mandatory, it's not, you don't have to do that, but it would be a really nice thing to have. Right, it does not require a repackaging of the client, GISons, but thank you very much for double checking that. Yeah, no changes to the universal controller. I've managed to get it to work using the current build of the universal controller, which is really good. There was a possibility I was going to have to do something different, but I've managed to make it just about work. So no re-downloading of the universal controller will be required, but that's going to be this Saturday. It'll probably be about 9:15 by the time that kicks off. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. Questions by me should be really good fun. If you want to see what all the fuss is about with the reskin of Moneybox, we haven't seen it for probably about 2 years, and it's all brand shiny and new. Jobs I have to do before Saturday. A title sequence. I've done the credits. I've got to do the title sequence. I've got to do the penny bank implementation, and the medal table as well, and basically test the shit out of it. And I think that's about it. I've got a note file somewhere. Right questions I've now done, so that can come off the list. That's gone into completed. So yeah, penny bank, titles, and that's it. That's it for the build. I've got to then do the writing tool, which I need to do soonish, but I don't need to do for Saturday. And breakout operator class into operator and configuration class. That's not important. I don't need to do that for Saturday. So yeah, Moneybox reskin happening this Saturday, so please do come along. That'll be right here, twitch.tv/royal_flush, starting at 8 PM with Stimpson's Angles Data Leak, then Lewis's Steeplechase, and then the pilot of the reskin of Moneybox with questions from me. Please, and proof by Lewis, so please do come along to that this Saturday. And that's about all the continuity I've got to do. So I think, without any further ado, it is time for us to play some scheduled Spotlight. Like I said, I've got 23 packs in the mix. Otley's just messaged me to say he's just sent me at least one more pack, so hopefully there's a few more going to be coming in before the next game. It does need 10 packs in it to work. It needs sort of 13 to 15 to work effectively for the swap category to work. There is a non-zero chance if you swap a category tonight, a repeat category might come back. I mean, there's a chance of that happening anytime, to be honest. But it's more likely to happen if there are fewer categories for it to choose from. So if you got like 4 questions, it's literally all you need. Easy, medium, hard, and then probably another medium for the final. It's all you need on a topic. It can be relatively niche. It is supposed to be the niche knowledge quiz, but certainly the easy ones should be generally accessible, medium, slightly less accessible, and then the hard one can be really very niche if you like. But if you've not seen it before, we're about to play it now so you can see for yourself what we're after. And if you fancy chipping your teeth, maybe, if you're not written before, getting some questions in, come join the Discord server, get yourself the question writer role, and ping them in, and we could see your questions in the game and your name up in lights in the credits as well. So that's all the continuity done. Thanks again to Sam for hacking. Congratulations to Clive on winning it. Let's play some Spotlight. Welcome to Spotlight. And join with the room code. Back on the universal controller now. RFSJ is what you need if you want to come and play. There's the universal controller link right there if you need it. While you do that, I'm just going to update my databases. We'll mark that as used, and we'll mark that as used. And we'll reorder. Lazar and Iraq. Come join the game. No microphone required for this one. Will be for Moneybox. 2 players required for Moneybox, and webcam as an option as well. Not mandatory to have webcam, but it will be mandatory if you want to play in the hot seat for voice for the main player game of Moneybox. That's this Saturday, probably about 9:30, but the stream kicking off at the usual time of 8 o'clock. No warm-up game this Saturday again, much like tonight. We'll have a mid-time game of Steeplechase instead. So, yeah, make sure you pop along for that. It's already 10 o'clock. I feel like I've tried to be snappy tonight and rattling through things real quick, but time seems to be getting away from us. But, hey, don't mind. It's Thursday night, nearly the weekend. So, room for a few more if you want to come and play. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, good night. Don't stare at me. Why are you staring at me? Just going to ignore him. Thank you, Stilgar. So yes, come on in. Come and play some Spotlight. How many have we got in so far? Quite a few. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 3, 4. 24 of you in so far. Room for a few more. 56 spaces in this game. RFSJ if you want to play. Ellen Rick was such a good chap. Look at all the lonely people. RFSJ, I'll give you another minute to come and join, and then we must get this game underway. It has got anytime entry, so if anyone changes their mind and sees it and thinks it seems like a good bit of fun, you're very welcome to come and join in as well. Just in the continuity, while I'm thinking about it, actually, if you're just here for the Thursday streams, if you're only a weekday viewer, if you can't make it for the Saturday of the weekend, yeah, you are part of the room code essay. How about that? Next Thursday, here at Game Night, for our weekday game night, we've got Plinko, as written by 8Minky again. We've got Bidding War from Dogfish, our one bidding war of the season. We tend to have one bidding war per season, and that's going to be next Thursday. It's been written by Dogfish. And we've got the Purge again. I feel like we've only just had the Purge, but we've got another Purge coming up next Thursday, and that is by Jerry Eris. So yes, another Purge coming up next Thursday if you're just here for the weekday stream. So that's Plinko by Ape, Bidding War by Dogfish, and The Purge by Jerry. It's going to be a dark and scary stream, isn't it? Oh, hello, here's a message from our sponsor, it's Sporty.
Darn, I don't know the rules of this game, so I cannot butcher them.
Absolutely right, Sportsy. Thank you for the 31-month subscription, my dude, and welcome on into the stream. Great to have you with us. It's fairly simple. It's multiple choice trivia. It's just the subjects are a bit niche. That's all there is to it. If you get pulled into the spotlight, you've got to get 2 out of 3 correct at all times, or you will be ejected. We'll go through 10 packs of 3 questions in each, and then at the end of it, whoever has got the most points in the spotlight will come back for the spotlight final, where we'll have 1 extra question on each of the categories that we've previously seen. It's pretty simple pick up and play. I think you'll have a good time. Right, I think that's probably about enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 28. Room for a few more if people want to change halfway through. 4,910 to go. You'll get there, Matt. You'll get there. Okay, let's get on with the game. And as ever, we have to start by putting a player. It's YS Stilgar, not IES. It's pennies with a Y. We have to start, as we always do with this game, by putting a player. Welcome on in, SJ. Putting a player into the spotlight. Let's do that now. Hey, be me! You are in the spotlight. Press the button to confirm you're still here. And your game will begin. There we have AB Me in the spotlight. They are going to have control over the category board. If they get any 2 out of 3 incorrect, they will be eliminated and another player will come in to take their place. They can give a maximum of 12 questions. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 12 questions in the spotlight, after which they will be forcibly ejected and another player will be given a go. We have seen a couple of players get all 12. We have never seen anyone do a full 10 in the final. That leaderboard is there, and I will go and check in with it later on to see where we're placing. But for now, ABME, you are in the spotlight. Let's take a look at your categories. As ever, players who come into the spotlight, they get 4 categories. They pick one. If they get through that category, a 1 will replace it. For the duration of their time in the spotlight, they have got 1 swap. If they don't like any of the categories, they can get rid of it and will bring a new one into its place. but you can only use it once for your duration of the spotlight, not once per category pick, obviously. Sportsy and Posco, welcome to the stream. Let's take a look at our first 4 categories tonight. They are Z by Topper One Gaming, The Cthulhu Mythos by Arden Vets, Russian Mountains by Clive of Legend, and The Pits by Cola Cola. If you don't like any of them, you can swap. And we're going for Z by Topper One Gaming. Topper, as border has gone dark blue to indicate that he is the question writer. And if you're in the game and your question pack is selected, Zopper One's aiming indeed. If you're in the spotlight, sorry, if you're in the game and your question pack is selected, you won't be able to answer the questions, but you will get 3 free points, the logic being you would have got those 3 anyway because you were at the back, and you'll get 100 pennies as well. So Topper's already in the lead because he's got 3, but he won't be able to answer these questions. We're on Z by Topper One Gaming, and AVME, let's take a look at your first question. What word represents Z in the NATO phonetic alphabet? Is it zebra, Zulu, or that one, Zygophilaceus? 10 seconds. And you'll notice on your devices you get the answers as they start to appear on the board, but you can't press it until the question unlocks. What word represents Z in the NATO phonetic alphabet? Zebra, Zulu, or Zygophilaceus? The correct answer is Zulu. Not too much drama there. 93% getting it right. Just 2 players getting that one wrong. Who was the second? Oh, I guess the second is Topper, who wasn't able to answer, and it still includes him in the statistics. But yes, very well done. Zulu is the correct answer. Good start for ABME. On we go to our next. In mathematics, a double-struck capital Z is used to denote what? Integer numbers, rational numbers, or complex numbers? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Integer numbers is the correct answer. That's a double struck Z. Rational numbers is a double struck Q. And complex numbers is a double struck C. Just 8 players getting that right, but ABME was one of them. Very well played. 2 correct. The next question is free for you, ABME, so you will get to pick the second category out of the way. Let's take a look at the third question on Z. Which actor played Fancy Smith in the 1960s British police procedural series Z Cars, or Z Cars, depending where you're from? Was it Stratford Johns, Frank Windsor, or Brian Blessed? 10 seconds. I figure that's the hard one of the 3, but I may be wrong. The correct answer was Brian Blessed, something that's eluded ABME. Stratford Johns was played by DCI Charlie Brown, Frank Windsor played DS John Watt, and Brian Blessed played PC William Fancy Smith. 14 players getting that right, so maybe that was the medium one. You can say Brian Blessed! Sorry, I have done now. Sorry, shame on me.
Shame.
I've made up for it, I hope. ABME, that was the wrong answer, so you must get the next 2 questions correct. But before that, we need to select our next category. Cthulhu Mythos, Russian Mountains, and the Pits are all still there. You have a swap available, and your next category that you can choose from is Bible from the Beginning by JR Plays Games. We're getting rid of Russian Mountains by Clive, and it's being replaced by Taylor Swift by Zeus. No swap available, please pick a category. Going for the Pits by Cola. 23 unused packs with 15 distinct authors. I probably should have added, because we can't have 2 packs authored by the same person on the category board at any one time. The logic won't let it do that. So it would have worked out how many packs were available from that are not written by authors already present when it does the swap, which again lowers the number of potential options. So if we get to the next game, and because I know JR's written about 5 packs for this, it can't pick a JR pack. If there's only JR packs and there's JR on the board, it won't be able to swap it for, you know what I mean. The Pits has actually been selected. I say every time the Pits has appeared, I'm sure we've seen this. I actually looked through it and looked at the logic is sound. It is flagging packs correctly. And I looked at the questions and thought, oh, maybe we haven't seen these. So Cola up in the top right has gone dark blue. He will get 3 free points. I don't know if he actually remembers the questions. This has been in the game for so long. He almost fainted. It's been in the game so long, I probably didn't need to give you 3 free points, Cola. You could have had a go at it yourself and seen if you remembered them. But welcome to the stream formally in the chat. Let's see what happens. You've also got 100 pennies. Me, it is incumbent on you to get this question right. Let's see what you think of this first question on The Pits by Cola. If in a theatre, who might you expect to find in The Pit? The understudies, the orchestra, or the ticket vendors? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer is, of course, the orchestra. No drama for AB Me there. 25 players getting the correct answer, AB Me amongst them. Takes him up to 3. You still must get the next question correct, because that would be 2 out of 3 incorrect if you get this next one wrong. Let's see what you think of it. Question 2. What is the medical name for the armpit? Axilla, thrapple, supercilium. 10 seconds. Yeah, the Pits is a legacy pack, so this was written literal years ago in Spotlight 1.0 and it's been migrated into the... It might be the last of the legacy packs, I'm not sure. I'll have to look through the database and check, but it might be the last of the legacy packs. And it's all original trivia from here. Let's take a look at the correct answer. Was AB Me right? He was, along with 17 other players, 18 in total, getting it right. It's the axilla is the correct answer. I don't have any data because, as has been said, this is a legacy pack as well. I'm sure Cola would have given me copious notes on what the thrapple and supercilium are, but I don't have them. I'm sure those of you in chat who do know will be happy to share that information with the rest of us. Very well done, AB Me. You've got yourself out of a bind, so this next question will be free. You'll get to pick the third category either way, but let's see if we can get this third question on the Pits correct as well. Take a look. The famous paleontological research site of the La Brea Tar Pits is found in which US state? Nevada, New Mexico, or California? 10 seconds. No point in abstention, Mac. Not as well have a guess. In the old software for Spotlight, there was a penalty for wrong answers if you were playing a Joker. I realised when reskinning it that was overcomplicating the format for very little gain. So yes, there's no point in abstention. You may as well have a guess. Correct answer. California, and AB Me is bang on. Just 12 players in total getting it right. That's 5 points for AB Me, and that's 3 right in a row, making short work of Cola's Pits pack. Just looking around, we've got a couple of 6s in here. Mark is on 6 down in the bottom right, and someone in the top left is also on 6, whose avatar I can't quite make out, but all good stuff. Is it Ryasu? I think that's Ryasu up there. Right, it is time to pick another category. No swap available, ABV, so you must have one of the 4 that's presented. Let's take a look. Cthulhu Mythos, Taylor Swift, Bible from the Beginning, and one new category. The elusive and metaphysical prose of Clarice Lispector. By now, cut that out. And that's going. We're going right for that one. The elusive and metaphysical prose of Clarice Lispector. Toot, I think, is the exact. That was what I thought when I proofed it, but it is manageable. It is, I promise. Toot is the first author not in the game tonight, so he'll still get the 100 pennies, but obviously no points going out. Let's see what on earth this category is about. The elusive and metaphysical prose of Clarice Lispector. By now, cut that out. Let's take a look at our first question, shall we, AB Me? It's Jeffrey Carpenter's dad, absolutely. Let's take a look. Brazilian magical realist Clarice Lispector's 1960 short story collection shares its English title with which Michael J. Fox sitcom? Spin City, Family Ties, or The Michael J. Fox Show? 10 seconds. Not necessarily, JR. I mean, it might be. Authors are not mandated to write them in the order easy, medium, hard, as long as there is one of each in the first three. So it might be that this is the easy one. It might be that this is not the easy one. I guess we'll find out when we see the next few questions. The correct answer: Family Ties. AB me getting it right. That's 6 right in a row. And 17 of you in total getting that one correct. Very well played. Let's go on. Next question. Also part of an iconic Only Fools and Horses scene, what is the title of Clarice Lispector's second novel? The Chandelier, The Bar Flap, The Peckham Spring Water Bottles. 10 seconds. I think that's probably the easy one. The correct answer is, of course, The Chandelier. Great content, yeah. It's the scene where they're now, brace yourself, Rodney. And Grandad, it's coming, Del Boy. Knocks out the wrong one. It's very funny. 23 players getting that one right, aiding me up to 7. Next question is again free, because you've not dropped a question for quite a while now. So you'll get to pick category number 4 as well. Let's take a look at the next one. Jonathan Ross hosted game show Gold Rush. What's that? That was also in Only Fools and Horses. Was that the Only Fools and Horses Christmas one, I think? Anyway, Clarice Lispector's Near to the Wild Heart takes its title from which James Joyce novel? The Sot Weed Factor, A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, or Pale Fire? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man is the correct answer. AB me stumbling over that one. Quite a few getting it. We've still got Mark and Ryasu on 9, a maximum score. A few 8s dotted around there as well. Stepping a foot wrong there, AB me. Pressure on for the first 2 questions of the next pack, but you do get to pick it. Let's say goodbye to Clarice Lispector until the final. And let's take a look at our category board. Cthulhu Mythos by Ardenfest, Taylor Swift by Zeus, Bible from the Beginning by JR Plays Games, and one new category, no swap available, remember. Funny, it's Never Tchaikovsky by Proogs. We're going for Bible from the Beginning by JR Plays Games. JR, you have gone dark blue. You will not be able to answer these questions, but you get 3 free points and 100 pennies and an author credit. That's the other thing that you get when your pack comes open. Author credit. So sit back and enjoy, and let's see if AB Me can make his way through the Bible from the beginning. First question. Who was the drummer of the prog rock band Genesis? Phil Collins, Tony Banks, Mike Rutherford. 10 seconds. And that's time. Nice easy one to start. Hopefully most of us getting Phil Collins, who was also the singer. Tony Banks was the keyboardist. Mike Rutherford was the bassist and guitarist. And thank you to JR for providing host notes which debug automatically into the game so I can just read them out of the console. Lovely stuff. Good answer there, AB Me. You must get the next one right if you want to stay in the spotlight. You're up to 8 spotlight points. Let's take a look at your next question. Metro Exodus is a first-person shooter game by Ukrainian developer 4A Games. Which entry in the Metro series is it? The first, the second, or the third? 10 seconds. Oh, that's also a thing you can do on the writer template now. You can define the order the answers appear in. Which you were never able to do previously, it just came at random. So it's nice when you have questions which are ordinal like this. Metro Exodus is a first-person shooter game by Ukrainian developer 4A Games. Which entry in the Metro series is it? First, second, or third? The correct answer is the third. Hanging on, AB Me. You're going to get the next question for free. Very well played. Yeah, the first was Metro 2033, which was released in 2010. The second was Metro Last Light, released in 2013. And then the third, Metro Exodus, released in 2019. Very well played there, AB Me. You hang on to your spotlight position with 9 correct answers. We've got a few 10s. We have no maximums because we've had 11 questions now, so a couple of players dropped at least one. Let's see what happens as we go to the last question on the Bible from the beginning. Which of these Levi's is most well known in the UK for his reggae sauce? Levi Roots, Levi Stubbs, or Levi Strauss? 10 seconds. Like Leviticus, indeed so. Which, if any of the books of the Bible could be said to have not aged well, I think Leviticus is probably a front runner for that accolade. Which of these Levi's is most well known in the UK for his reggae sauce? It is, of course, Levi Roots. Came to prominence on the 4th season of Dragon's Den, pitching the sauce, reggae sauce. Don't make me go get the ukulele and sing, "Put some music in my food for me and give me some reggae sauce." He captured the heart of a nation. National treasure, Levi Roots. Yeah, Dragon's Den is the UK equivalent of Shark Tank, but I think Dragon's Den came first, so I suppose Shark Tank is the American equivalent of Dragon's Den. Might be a more correct phrasing of that sentence. And Levi Stubbs, for what it's worth, is the lead vocalist of the R&B group The Four Tops, and Levi Strauss founded the first company to manufacture blue jeans, from where we get the term Levi's, referring to the jeans. ABME's on 10. 21 of you were correct there. Very well played if you did indeed get that one right. And ABME hanging on strong. This is going to be the last category you're going to get to pick, either because you get eliminated or because you get all 12 of your allotted questions. But it's time to pick category 5. Cthulhu Mythos by Ardenfest, Taylor Swift by Zeus, Funny It's Never Tchaikovsky by Proogs, and one more to choose for your final spot in the spotlight. Trump, No, Not That One by Topple One Gaming. And that's what it's going to be. Topper, another 3 free points, another 100 pennies, and another author credit to your name. This is going to be ABME's last pick. He will be leaving the spotlight after this, either because he gets 2 wrong or because he gets 2 right. Either way, ABME, make the most of it. We're all rooting for you to get up to 12. Let's see if you can do it. Here's your first question on Trump. No, not that one. Judd Trump is a professional player of which sport? Is it snooker, darts, or golf? 10 seconds. Sooty Cat giving subtle clues inadvertently in the chat to the correct answer, which is, of course, snooker. He was a world champion in 2019 as well. Not you preempting, not at all, Sooty Cat. I do watch the snooker. There's a Twitch channel dedicated to broadcasting any snooker that is on, and it's a almost constant companion during my workday. Just sits on my 5th monitor, just in the background on mute, because it's always good. Love the snooker. And yes, Judd Trump, world champion in 2019. 25 of you were correct there, and ABME's got to get one more right in order to get that maximum of 12. Let's see what we can do. What's the bot doing? Huds, welcome to the stream, chap. Hope you're keeping well. Snooker sits on my 5th monitor. ABME taking a moment out of the game to come and give me a raid message suggestion. What's the ball? What have you deleted? This is what Huds is trying to share, for what it's worth. Oh, I see. Very good. What's the bot doing? Right, ABME, I'll stop unduly delaying. Let's take a look at what could be your final question in the spotlight. The series of card games where players must compare values from a list of numerical data is called what? Top trumps, pinnacle trumps, or utmost trumps? 10 seconds. Hashtag National Treasure Levi Roots. Here's a bit. He is a bit. And with that, ABME completes his run in the spotlight. And he's gotten 12 questions correct. Very well played there, ABME. Only dropping 2 out of all of them. That's that off the bucket list. Yeah, very well played. Hey, we might see you back for the final. There is a good chance that we will. But for now, yes, Top Trumps was the correct answer. Many packs have been published based on anything from science, films, TV, animals, military hardware, etc. But with that, a very good job indeed, picking up the maximum of 12. We're going to eject you from the spotlight. We may see you later on for the final ABME. If someone matches your 12, then it will come down to, I think, who's got the highest score in the audience game. But for now, it's a great run, but it's goodbye. The yellow lights indicate where the target is. The last few times we've played this, those yellow targets have been quite close to the end, if not at the end. That is the target. Anyone else coming to challenge that is going to have to match that 12 if they want to place in the final and a potential go at the leaderboard. Let's find out. Someone else who's going to go into the spotlight. It's not going to be ABME, and it's regrettably not going to be Topper because his pack is live at the moment, but it could be any one of any of y'all. Let's find out as we put another player into the spotlight. Oscar the Grouch, you are in the spotlight. Press the button to let us know you're still here. And here he comes, Oscar the Grouch, aka Arun Aromatics. Welcome to the spotlight for, I believe, is the first time for you. You got to get 12 questions correct, and you cannot get more than 2 incorrect out of any 3. If you hit 12, then it will come down to who's got the highest score out of you and ABME when it comes to the final. Or, well, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? We've got one more question on Trump. No, not that one. So let's finish that off, and then we'll give you an opportunity to pick your own category. Let's take a look. As referenced in the title of a self-portrait, William Hogarth owned a dog called Trump, which was what breed? Pug, Beagle, or Rottweiler? 10 seconds. Bug. Spotted a bug. Has anyone else spotted the bug? Has anybody else spotted the bug? It's a bug I noticed a while back, and I thought I'd... Yeah, good spot. Topper's border. Author goes back to black, I think, when changing spotlight player. I'd noticed it before. It's a visual bug, it's not a logic bug, so it's not that important, but I should fix it. I'd noted it before and thought I'd fixed it, but obviously I didn't because I couldn't be asked to test it properly. So yes, I've noted that in suggestions. Let's find out. The correct answer is Pug. So 1745 artwork, Painter and His Pug, which features Hogarth and his pet pug, Trump. Currently resides at the Tate Gallery. Just 12 of you getting that one right. Oscar the Grouch not amongst them. So a bit of a tricky start for you there, Arun. But you have now got control of the category board, but you must get the first 2 correct in order to stay there. Let's go back to it and take a look and see what we've got. We've got the Cthulhu Mythos by Ardenfetz, Taylor Swift by Zeus, Funny It's Never Tchaikovsky by Proogs. You have got a swap available if you don't like any of them, and one more category for you, which is Shaman by the Lupine One. Which are we going for, or are we swapping one of them away? We're going for Funny It's Never Tchaikovsky by Proogs. Proogs over there on the left-hand side getting the blue border to indicate he is the author. 100 pennies, 3 points, and an author credit for you, Proogs, but you won't be able to answer these 3 questions. Arun, pressure on to get the first 2 of them right, if not all 3, if you can muster it. Let's take a look at your first question on Funny It's Never Tchaikovsky. In the famous sketch by Morecambe and Wise featuring Andre Previn, who composed the piano concerto that formed the basis of the sketch? Was it Grieg, Tchaikovsky, or Rachmaninoff? 10 seconds. Or Mr. Preview, as he was called. Andre Previn. Yes, could you just take a minute, please, Mr. Preview? The correct answer. Oh, it's a short run for a run. It was the Grieg Piano Concerto. Very famous sketch if you're even remotely interested in comedy. Worth a look in. Yes, Eric Morecambe trying to play the Grieg piano concerto is where the line I'm playing all the right notes but not necessarily in the right order comes from, which you've probably heard before, but if you're wondering where it comes from, it's that sketch with Andre Previn and Morecambe and White playing the Grieg piano concerto. A run! I'm afraid it's the wrong answer. You went for Rachmaninoff. It wasn't Tchaikovsky, as the category did suggest, but it wasn't Rachmaninoff either. Thanks for playing, but you've been ejected from the spotlight. Yes, you accidentally leave the telly on BBC Two on Christmas Day. All the right notes, not necessarily in the right order. Same procedure as every year. Isn't that dinner for one? Same as last year, madam. Rachmaninoff was funniest. Rachmaninoff's got some great concerti. We've got 2 more questions on Tchaikovsky to go. Just 6 players getting that one right. I thought there would have been more than that. But we need to have another player in the spotlight. Let's put them there now. Mark, you're in the spotlight. Press the button. And here he is. Opportunity to match A, B, me is still there. We've still got 14 questions left in live play. 2 of them are in this pack on Tchaikovsky. So, or never being Tchaikovsky. And Prug's border is gone, so yes, it is when the spotlight player changes. Cool. Let's take a look at the first. Popular in music hall and the Moulin Rouge, who wrote Galop Infernal, better known danced as the Can-Can? Was it Wagner, Tchaikovsky, or Offenbach? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer was, of course, Jacques Offenbach from his opera Orpheus in the Underworld, which is a really great show, actually. They put it on, the university that I went to put it on, I think when I was in my master's year, or possibly the year after I graduated from that. Did a pretty good production of it, yeah, it's really good. Dun, da, 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 da. Used to great effect in the film Starlight. Is it Starlight? Stardust is what I'm thinking of, the Neil Gaiman based film with what's his name, Robert De Niro, dancing as a pirate. Robert De Niro as this sort of tough, grizzled pirate in a feather boa, dancing to the Can-Can. It's such a great scene. And I remember I said it once a long time ago. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the film Stardust. I can't think of a bad word against it. I think the story's great, the acting's terrific, the soundtrack's amazing. It's got Take That, Rule the World as the credits song. It's just awesome, and I'm not being paid to say that. I'm just a fan. Go check out the film Stardust for the best in context example of Offenbach's Galop Infernal. It's a correct answer for Mark, along with 17 in total, 16 others, including Mark, getting that one correct. Let's take one more question on It's Never Tchaikovsky. The theme for Radio 4's The 99p Challenge, hosted by Sue Perkins, used a clip of an epic piece from the opera Prince Igor, written by whom? Mussorgsky, Borodin, or Tchaikovsky? 10 seconds. Prince Igor was written by Borodin. That was basically a 50. It was basically practice for money books. That was essentially a 50-50 round, because it was never Tchaikovsky in the entire run of that pack. Certainly in that pack. I don't know if it might change for the final. We'll find out later on. Yes, Borodin was the correct answer. It's the correct answer for Mark. 13 of you getting it right. The 99p challenge was originally titled King Stupid. So there you go. Good job there, Mark, getting both of those questions right. You now get to pick your own category. You have got a swap available if you don't like any of them. Let's take a look. Cthulhu Mythos by Ardenfest, Taylor Swift by Zeusless, Shaman by Lupine, and one more category. Scottish Sketch Comedy by PL Jogging. Any of those appealing, or are we going to swap? We're getting rid of Cthulhu by Ardenfest, and it's going to be replaced with Manhole Covers by Lewis. You must pick one, no swaps available. We're going for Manhole Covers. This is what we're here for. The Manhole Covers are in play. It's happening, it is indeed. So, Lewis is not in this game, but he will get 100 pennies and an author credit all the same. Let's take a look at our first question on manhole covers. Which of these is a common shape for a manhole cover? Triangular, hexagonal, or circular? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Oops, if I focus on the right window, I've gone to Chrome for some reason. Circular. Most of us getting that one right. 27. Mark as well among them. Yeah, most manhole covers, certainly in this country, are circular. Let's go on to the next. Which former Labour Party leader is known to enjoy photographing manhole covers? Neil Kinnock, Ed Miliband, Jeremy Corbyn. 10 seconds. We're getting 4 questions about inheritance tax soon. This first one. Which TV personality protested with farmers about inheritance tax because it meant he was going to have to pay some tax? Is it Chris Tarrant, Jeremy Clarkson, or Meredith Vieira? Correct answer. Oh, Jeremy Corbyn. It seems like the sort of thing that Jeremy Corbyn would do when he's not pootling around his allotment. He's taking photographs of manhole covers. Just 12 getting that one right. Mark was not among them. An incorrect answer, so pressure on for these next 2 questions, Mark. You must get them both right if you want to retain your position in the spotlight. But well then, if you did get that one right, let's have one more question on manhole covers. Now on display in Rome, what name is given to what might be the world's oldest manhole cover, dating back to around the 1st century AD? The Gorge of Desire, the Mouth of Truth, or the Portal of Mystery? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Oh, it's the Mouth of Truth. Mark going for the Gorge of Desire, not the one, I'm afraid. 14 getting that one right. You got 3, Mark, but unfortunately not enough to stay in the spotlight. We are going to have to lose you from the game with us 4 categories, I believe, still to go. So there is still, excuse me, still a chance for a player to match AB Me's score. Unfortunately, Mark, it is not going to be you. Thank you for playing, but you've been ejected from the spotlight. And to the pit he goes. So, AB Me, Arun and Mark have all tried the spotlight. AB Me getting all the way to the end. Arun and Mark dropping out after just a short visit. I believe there's still 4 categories to go though, which means there is the potential for someone to hit that 12. Let's put another player in the spotlight and find out if it could be G. Eisens, who goes all the way to 12. Press a button to let us know you're still here. Welcome, welcome. And G. Eisens, your first job is going to be to select a new category. 3 options already there. Taylor Swift by Zeus, Shaman by Lupine, Scottish sketch comedy by Jogging. You have got a swap available if you don't like any of them, and 1 more category. Noel Edmonds by Tolly. We're going for Taylor Swift by Zeus, who is absent from the game, but we'll get 100 pennies and an author credit all the same. Let's take a look at our first question on Taylor Swift. It's Otley's in his element. Let's take a look. Which Taylor Swift song includes the lyrics, "Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm insane"? Is it Shake It Off, I Knew You Were Trouble, or Blank Space? 10 seconds. Fairly sure this came up in OQL last night as well. It might have been a spare. Yeah, I unfortunately don't know how it goes. I only know how one of those goes, and now that's in my head. Correct answer, Blank Space. The other one's I Knew You Were Trouble When You Walked In. That's the only one I know. That and Look What You Made Me Do, which is still the only Taylor Swift song on my favourite Spotify playlist. 18 of you getting that one right, including G. Eisens. A good start for you. Let's take a look at our next question. Who interrupted Taylor's win at VMAs in 2009 in support of Beyonce with the line, "I'ma let you finish, but..." Was it Paul McCartney, Meryl Streep, or Kanye West? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer was, of course, Kanye West. I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the greatest songs of all time. Oh, she looked so uncomfortable and ill at ease during that. I remember that happening. Clive getting that one wrong. I think Clive didn't answer though, so he may be AFK. It was such an arsehole moment. I would love to have seen it with Meryl Streep. That would have been marvelous. With LYL, look what you maybe. Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know what the third question is. It might be. Oh, I probably did know what the third question was when I proved it. I know it's accurate. It was when I proved it. Let's take a look at it. What is Taylor Swift's middle name? I know this. Lauren, Emily, or Alison? 10 seconds. Seeing from the answers that Otley knows this as well, but the only reason I know this is because there may or may not be a Taylor Swift question coming up in Moneybox on Saturday that at some point last night I probably researched in my bid to put a question together. I may have tossed the question out, I don't know, but I remember looking on Taylor Swift's page recently, i.e. in the last 24 hours, and I can tell you the correct answer is Alison. G.I.'s not knowing that, it certainly did know it, though. Oh, it'd have been fun if I'd known a Taylor Swift fact that it certainly didn't, but alas, not to be. I'm saying the Cluth has won one of her albums. Oh, is it one of her albums? I have no further notes to offer you on it, unfortunately, but I don't doubt you for one moment. It's sportsy. Wrong answer, G-Isons, but you are still in the spotlight. You get to pick the next category. It does mean that 12 is no longer possible because I think we've only got 3 categories left. But just for bragging rights, let's see how you get on with the next category. Let's pick it, please. Shaman, Scottish sketch comedy, Noel Edmonds by Lupine Jogging and It's Sotley respectively, or It's Me by JR Plays Games. Swap is available. We're going for It's Me by JR. JR once again going blue and getting 3 free points, 100 pennies, and an author credit. Let's find out what this is all about as we go to our first question on It's Me. J.R. Ewing was a character in which soap opera? Is it Dynasty, Knots Landing, or Dallas? 10 seconds. Is it pronounced Dynasty or Dynasty? I think it's Dynasty. Not the answer. I don't think the answer is Dynasty. I think the answer is Dallas. And I'm absolutely right. JR's sister-in-law, Kristen Shepherd, spoiler alert by the way, shot JR. That was a big thing. It was like who shot Phil Mitchell before who shot Phil Mitchell. It was who shot JR. And it was his sister-in-law, Kristen Shepherd. A session of the Turkish parliament was suspended to allow lawmakers to get home in time to watch the conclusion. Wild. 22 of you getting that right, including G-Isons. It is Dynasty, is it? Okay, it is Dynasty. I thought it was Dynasty. But Dynasty was not the right answer. It was Dallas. Very well played, G-Isons. You stay in the spotlight. Take a look at the next. Good old JR Jim Ross is an announcer most closely associated with what? Professional wrestling, boxing, or mixed martial arts? 10 seconds. So I know how to pronounce Dallas, Urun. Thank you for that. Correct answer. Ah! He's got a steel chair! Mr. McMahon! Yeah, it's that guy. JR's written here, I was going to write associated with which combat sport, but I really didn't want to get into an argument about whether pro wrestling is a combat sport. It's not, it's acting. With lots of shouting and pretend violence. 18 of you getting that right, including G-Isons. That's 4 correct, and you're definitely going to get to pick the next category. Let's see your third question on JR. JR is a French street artist that primarily works with which medium? Chalk, photography, spray paint. 10 seconds. As God is my witness, he's broken in half! Devon Dudley with the table! Oh my God! Wrestling was a thing. I watched a bit of wrestling when I was a kid. And I've got the lovely 6x6 grid of raid messages. Thank you for all the suggestions, everybody. I've got a few highlighted, and I'll pick my favourite later on to go and raid someone. Flargen Lounge is looking like a potential target. He's doing Vice City speedruns. I haven't raided him for a couple of weeks, so yeah, we'll see what happens later on. Correct answer. Photography, it's a wrong answer from G. Eisen, so we're in the same position we were last time, the third one of the pack wrong. You get to pick the next category. You will have a swap available, but you must get the first two right. JR is this man's pseudonym. It stands for his first name's Jean René. He takes large black and white photographs and pastes them in public locations. He was named one of Time's 100 most influential people of 2018. Just two of you getting that one right. Very well played to Matt and Rias. Everyone else falling foul of that one. But G. Eisens, you're still in the chair. Two categories left to pick. Let's have your next one, please. Shaman, Scottish sketch comedy, and Noel Edmonds are still up there. One more with a swap available. Wallace and Gromit by Topper One Gaming. We're getting rid of Scottish sketch comedy, and we're replacing it with 2024 Olympics. No swaps left. Please pick a category. We are going for the 2024 Olympics. It'll come back around. Don't worry, Aaron. Don't you worry, I mean, if you'd stayed in the spotlight longer, Aaron, you could have picked it yourself. Sorry, that was rude. I don't feel good about that.
Shame.
It's 2024 Olympics by BC 2014. I don't see BC in the lobby game, but they'll get 100 pennies and one author credit. And G. Eisen's pressure on you to get the first two of these right. Let's... I'm sorry, Aaron. I don't feel good about that. It's your first. To help diffuse a row in the women's beach volleyball final, the DJ put on which John Lennon song? Hallelujah, Angels, or Imagine? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. It's Imagine by John Lennon. Brazil ended up winning over Canada 2-1, for what it's worth. Angels is, of course, Robbie Williams, and Hallelujah is various people, perhaps most famously Leonard Cohen, who I believe did it originally. Right answer from G. Eisens. Let's continue with our next question on the Olympics. Anthony Amirati went viral for failing to qualify for which athletics event? 110-meter hurdles, javelin, or pole vault? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. It's the pole vault. G. Eisens is staying strong. You're going to get to pick the final category of the game, even if you get the last question of this set wrong. The video replays showed a certain part of his body knocking off the bar. Yes, in the crowd, he got dicked out. He was told his pole, his pole came unstuck because of his pole. He was told, Johnson, you're out. No, his name was Amirati. I'm not very good at thinking of... The pole didn't vault. Very good, very good. He's been poleaxed. Oh, lovely stuff. Correct answer from G. Eisens there. Let's have one more question on the 2024 Olympics. Ha, cock. In breakdancing, competitors went by aliases. Which of these was not the nickname of someone in the women's competition? 671, shotgun, or logistics? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Oh, I've miscounted the packs. That is the end of the 10th pack, and G. Eisen's getting it right. Finishing on a very respectable score of 7. Had we had more time in the game, you could have continued. But I've miscounted the packs. I thought we had one more. It turns out we do not. Yes, shocker was the answer. The competition was won by India from the Netherlands. Ray Gunn was the name of Australia's competitor who did a PhD on the intersection of gender and Sydney's breaking culture. And I think Ray Gunn was the one who was all theory and not actually very good at breakdancing. I say that, I'm not very good at breakdancing myself, but they caused a bit of a stir and a bit of a brouhaha, a kerfluffle. His pole hit the pole. Very nice. Please, I did consider I lost 2 questions in the spotlight. What if you finished on 23? Sometimes the questions fell at the wrong time for you, Arun. I think that was pretty unfortunate. But G. Eison's finishing on a spotlight score of 7. Great run for you there. But that is the end of the main game, so we have to say goodbye and eject you from the spotlight. Well, we've gone through 4 players in the spotlight. ABME taking up the majority of the first half of the game. But we've got 10 questions left, 1 from each of the subjects we've seen, and the player who got the most points in the spotlight is going to have a go at seeing if they can go onto our spotlight leaderboard. And that player is... it's ABME. Press the button to let us know you're still here, ABME, and we'll get you back into the spotlight. Here they are. Welcome back, ABME. A great run for you earlier on in the spotlight. Let's just take a look at this spotlight leaderboard, and I can tell you, Cola has 4, JR and Brig both have 6, Samster and Nando have 7. Solly is at the top with 9. Now, 9 is what you're looking for. We have never seen a player do the perfect 10 in the spotlight final. Could tonight be the first? We're going to find out, as we are going to have 1 question on each of the categories that we have just seen. And no eliminations now, just 10 questions, and doing the best you can. Very best of luck, ABME. Here's your first. It's Z by Topper. The letter Z does not appear in the alphabet of which of these languages? Portuguese, Icelandic, or Italian? 10 seconds. Topper, you can answer. And should answer. Sorry, I should have said that before. Authors, you're not frozen out of these questions in the final. If you wrote the questions, you're frozen out of the main game, but here you're not. You don't get any extra pennies, and you don't get any extra author credits for this appearing, but also you do get to play the question. So you don't get a default point. So if you abstain, it's a point you could have lost. So even if you know the answer, the option was either give you a free point or make you pay attention. And I think I elected for that one. So yes, Topper, make sure, because I think you've got another one coming up later on. So if you are the writer, make sure you answer your own questions as well. Completely fairly, that is part of the game. Correct answer? Icelandic. It's a good start for ABME. Icelandic lacks C, Q, W and Z, though these letters are still used in some proper nouns. Portuguese has the same language, same alphabet as English. Icelandic compared to English lacks C, Q, W, Z, and adds D, F and thorn, which I will show you what they look like. But you can ignore the rich tags. But yeah, it adds F and thorn. And Italian, compared to English, lacks J, K, W, X, and Y. Sorry, I just copied that straight out of my console, which is where the rich tags colour codes are coming from. Alternatively, Wrestle Friends. 68.97%, very nearly 69% getting that right. 20 players, very well done. Let's have another question. Remember, if you are the author, you may answer. It's the Pits by Cola. What creature lurks at the bottom of the Great Pit of Carcoon? Is it Charybdis, Tralalog, or Sarlacc? 10 seconds. And that's time. The correct answer. We cast to the Dune Sea, to the great pit of Carcoon. There you will be fed to the all-powerful Sarlacc. In his belly you will discover a new meaning of the words pain and suffering as you are slowly digested over 1,000 years. It's more Star Wars trivia for those of you interested. At 15 getting it right, including ABME. Yes, the Sarlacc resides in the great pit of Carcoon. I have a bad feeling about this. Yes, on the planet of Tatooine. Very well done, ABME. 2 for 2. Let's take another question. and the elusive and metaphysical prose of Clarice Lispector by Toot. Clarice Lispector's 1964 novel The Passion According to G.H. takes the form of a monologue about a woman who does which unusual thing? Eats a cockroach, kisses a dog, marries an eel. 10 seconds. Let the record reflect that kissing a dog is not a strange thing, unusual thing. Kissing the dog is fine. Unless you do it in like a weird, passionate way, like with tongues and things. But kissing your pets, I think that's a perfectly normal thing to do. Correct answer. Marries an eel. Just Mark and Cola getting that one right. Yeah. No, not marries an eel. Eats a cockroach. Everyone said marries an eel, which is why marries an eel was in my head. Because it debugs everything. We've got marries an eel in red, marries an eel in red, marries an eel in red. But it's eats a cockroach, apparently. I have no more information to give you. I genuinely don't know if Clarice is a real person or not. I think they are. Because I did proof this one and it did check out when I did some digging around. So we can't get the 10 out of 10, but we can still match it solidly at the top of the board with 9 ABME if you get the remaining questions. Let's go on to the next one. Bible from the beginning. Which of these numbers is not real? I, pi, or phi? 10 seconds. As in the book of Numbers in the Bible. Yeah, I forgot for a minute where this was going. Then I remembered, oh no, you fixed the order for this, haven't you? As in inventing people and then writing questions about them only. Yes, which of these numbers is not real? I, pi, or phi? The correct answer is I. In mathematics, a real number is a number that can be used to measure a continuous one-dimensional quantity such as a distance, duration, or temperature. I, the correct answer, is not a real number. This is the square root of -1 and is known as an imaginary number. Infinity is also an imaginary number. Pi, our famous constant friend pi, is the ratio of a circumference of a circle to its diameter, one of the most well-known irrational numbers. And phi, slightly less well-known, but still hopefully in the public lexicon, is the golden ratio, 1.618, etc. The ratio of each term of the Fibonacci sequence and the previous term approaches this number. Oh, I love a bit of number theory. I was the correct answer. And ABME, we're on to the midpoint, question number 5. Take a look at this. Strump, no, not that one by Topper. The German company Trumpf specialises in manufacturing and selling what? Stationery, Christmas decorations, or machine tools? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. Machine tools. Good catch there from ABME. 4 out of 5. Trumpf SE and Co. KG is one of the world's largest supplier of machine tools and laser technology. Very well done if you got that one right. Halfway through the final, I'm just going to check in with the audience scores. We've got Oni and Cola on 29, I believe, leading the pack at the moment. Rias on 28 over there in the top left. We've got Mark and ABME, our spotlight player, on 26. Apologies if I've missed anyone. I don't debug the lobby scores. On we go. Question number 6. Let's take a look. It's Never Tchaikovsky by Proogs. Proogs, maybe you can answer this one. In the Music 2000 episode of Look Around You, Harry Enfield played the ghost of which renowned composer? J.S. Bach, Beethoven, or Tchaikovsky? 10 seconds. And that's time. Red is sus. The correct answer.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
I haven't got the bell. Proogs! You're one of only about 4 people to have done that. 2 of whom are me and Ash. You're not allowed. It's not allowed. No, it is allowed. It is allowed, but with suitable admonishment from the chat. No, it's good. It's good for me value. It was indeed Tchaikovsky, very well done if you got that. AB Me was not amongst those players, and he's going to feel hard done by after 6 questions. He's stuck on 4 because he's missed the Tchaikovsky one. Oh, you could have had such joy.
What a shame.
It's never Tchaikovsky until it is. Absolutely right. Let's get rid of that. Yes, there's the QI klaxon. And we move on to question number 7. Take a look. Manhole covers by Lewis. The 1970 film The Out-of-Towners. In the 1970 film The Out-of-Towners, which actor was almost killed by a manhole explosion that went wrong? Henry Fonda, Cary Grant, or Jack Lemmon? 10 seconds. Quality manhole content. Absolutely. I do wonder if this pack came about entirely because you wanted to get this question into it, Lewis, possibly. The correct answer... Jack Lemmon, another step wrong for AB Me there. It was Jack Lemmon, AB Me landing on Cary Grant. Not the right answer. Just 10 players getting that one right. Well done if you did get it. 3 questions to go. Hashtag manhole explosion. 3 questions to go. Here is the next. It's Taylor Swift by Zeus. Used in a writing credit on Calvin Harris's This Is What You Came For, under what pseudonym was Taylor Swift known? Nils Sjöberg, Egil Jonsson, or Per Kjell? 10 seconds. Diacritics doing some heavy lifting. Most of them seem to have got through apart from the J. Seems to have transmorphed into the backup character. It's obviously not in the EXO font family. Oh well. Can't have everything now, can you? Correct answer. Oh, AB Me's lost a bit of momentum here. Nils Sjöberg. Or Joberg, possibly. Was the correct answer, and we're 4 out of 8 I think now, so just half the questions with 2 to go. We're aiming for a maximum of 6, I believe. 30 the high score in the wings. 2 more questions. Let's take a look at the next. It's Me by JR. The JR Group is a group of railway companies that services which country? Is it Jordan, Japan, or Jamaica? 10 seconds. And that's time. The correct answer. It's Japan. Most of us getting that one right. Well, just over half. 17 getting that one right out of 29. AB Me getting back on the horse. The JR, Japan Railway Group, operates a large proportion of intercity rail services, including the Shinkansen high-speed rail lines. And one final question this game night, and it's going to be on the subject of the 2024 Olympics by BC. Which of these anagrams can be rearranged to spell the surname of a French swimmer who won 5 medals? Is it Charm Ben, Charm Dan, or Charm Ash? 10 seconds. And that's time. The correct answer. Charm Dan, the swimmer in question, was Léon Marchand, memorably winning the 200-metre breaststroke and the 200-metre butterfly on the same day. Just 10 getting it right. AB Me not among them, which means after 10 questions, AB Me, you are finished on 5. GG indeed. 5 in the Spotlight final, which is going to put you into 6th place on our leaderboard. A good hustle there, and lovely to have you in the Spotlight, AB Me. I hope you had fun, and thank you very much to all of the writers who have contributed to this evening's trivia in the Spotlight. Let's just take a look at our audience game and the final scores. Rios and our Cobras, who I believe is Oni, finishing on the gold medal on 32. Kohler taking the silver on 31. And it's Otley taking the bronze on 29. 2 bronzes in one night, Otley. That must be nice. One for Risky Business and then one for Spotlight. For everyone else, your points will convert into pennies, and you can probably tell me before I even look at the gameplay manager what it times by 10. Times that score by 10. Those are the pennies that you will get. Very well played. And pennies will be paid out when the final credits roll. No, they've been paid out already. Lovely stuff. Actual Spotlight Gold medal that I didn't need to get through wrestling trivia bullshit. Nice. Absolutely. Well, they'll be added to your... They will have been added to your medal cabinets and will appear on the website when I push the data file up a little bit later on. And that is going to be it from Spotlight. It's pretty much it from game night. So all that's left for me to do is to come to the camera, do the final continuity, say goodnight to you all, and then find someone to ray you. Congratulations to AB Me getting 5. Thank you again to all the writers, and well done to our medalists as well. You've been playing Spotlight. I hope you've had fun. I'll see you on the other side of the credits. And take note of the end card there, the copyright MMXXIV on Saturday. We will see the first MMXXV, which I'm enormously excited about. Yes, the reskinned money box. Oh no, wrong one. Let's try that one, shall we? Reskin Money Box is coming back on Saturday, where I've updated the end card for the year. Yeah, because I keep the year that I built it on rather than updating the years all the time, because obviously the credits get updated seasonally along with the whoever's writing that season. But apart from the Spotlight, where it dynamically generates it for each game, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I actually updated the end card to 2025. And yeah, I don't need to mark the trivia as used because it does it automatically. So if I just hit save... I'm just going to get rid of clear on play because I don't want to clear my log on play just at the minute. And it will tell me I should have 13 packs left. Indeed, 13 unused with 9 distinct authors. That's 71 used packs and 25 distinct authors. So that means there's been at least 25 writers for this game so far, and I'm enormously grateful to all of you. But we've got a maximum of one more game of packs at the moment. So if you do have a hankering to write something quite specific, get the question right or wrong. I happen to think Spotlight's a really good thing to cut your teeth on because it's easy. It's just 4 simple multiple choice questions on a subject of your choosing. I mean, you've got to make them somewhat interesting. You've got to make even the easy one accessible to everyone, even if it is on a niche subject. But yeah, do get some packs in, because we've got 2 more games of Spotlight this season, and at the moment we've only got enough packs for 1. So do fire some packs in my general direction if you fancy writing for that. And that, friendos, is going to be it for game night this evening. Big thanks again to all of the writers who participated, everyone who was in, all the writers from Spotlight there. To Sam for Hacker, to Ape for Risky Business, and to Lewis for his help with the proofing as well. It's been a great night. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you have as well. We've just got enough time to go and raid Flagin Lounge, who's doing some Vice City speedruns. He's a good guy. We raid him quite a lot. He's worth going to see. Don't forget, Ash is here with the Quiz Night's 6th birthday tomorrow. Twitch.tv/AT_bash. I'll do the inverse shout-outs that I did before. Of course, don't forget, Toppers Season 8 finale is on Sunday night. I'll be sure to give that another plug on Saturday, when I'm going to be here with Data Leak by Stimpson's Angle, Steeplechase by Lewis, and all brand new reskinned money box with questions written by me. I really hope you can join me for that, because it's going to be a really fun stream, or at least I think it is. As ever, it's a pilot, so things might go wrong, but I'm hoping the software is reasonably robust. Don't forget, you'll need a microphone and to be in the Discord if you want to come take part in the lobby game. But there is an audience game as part of it as well. Right, time for me to pick a raid message to give 100 pennies. Would you kindly piss off now? I like that one. Hawk honk honk. Risky biscuitness. Stop being a Erymanthian boar. I like that. Particularly pungent pejorative. I like that. Around the pub in 80 seconds. That's good. Bake me for 40 minutes and call me a banana bread. That's funny. The Erymanthian board game. Freeloading little bastard is a dick. That's good. Mozambique than usual. It's Mozambique night. The epitome of hyperbole. Wear your blanket if you're going to shag it. Cocktua. Very angry equations. Mozambique, no problems. The name's Nipples, supernumerary nipples. Snooker sits on my 5th monitor. Funny it's never Tchaikovsky until it is. His pole hit the pole. Those are all the ones I highlighted. I've de-highlighted a few of them, and I've got it down to 7. Ooh, okay, so I've got 2 Erymanthian Boar ones. The Erymanthian board game and Stop Being an Erymanthian Boar. I like Stop Being an Erymanthian Boar more out of those ones. There's a couple about there's 3 about the dog. Would you kindly piss off now? Freeloading little bastard is a dick. And wear your blanket if you're going to shag it. I need to get that down to 1. I like the Bioshock reference in Would you kindly piss off now, but I don't think it's going to be that one. Wear your blanket if you're going to shag it. And freeloading little bastard is a dick. Ugh. Yeah, I'm going to go get it down to that one. And then particularly pungent pejorative. And Stop Being an Erymanthian Boar. Oh, God, this is really tough tonight. Bake me for 40 minutes and call me a banana bread is funny. Particularly pungent pejorative. Freeloading little bastard is a dick. These are from Nando, Lewis, G. Eisens, and it's Sotley. Oh, this is one of the hardest decisions. There's some really good suggestions tonight. Really, really good suggestions. But I think it's going to be that one. Stop Being an Erymanthian Boar. I thought that one was my favourite. But also, if you prefer, you can spell it like that, and even put the capital A in for Anne. So it's Sotley, 100 pennies to you for Stop Being an Erymanthian Boar, or indeed Stop Being an Erymanthian Boar. Whichever of those you prefer, whichever spelling. And that's going to be it. We're going to go and raid Flage in Lounge. Thank you all very much, everybody, for taking part. I hope you've had fun this game. I'm going to be back on Saturday with even more fun and games. I'll try and poke my head around in Ash's stream tomorrow as well. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your week. You have been watching Game Night with me, Royal Flush. Until Saturday night, take care, peace out, and good night.
But I'll take a new Zelda game over